All right, I gotta fix this. Just a second. Turn that off. Yeah, the have to figure out some graphic settings with the time lapses. What? Oh, I see. Because it was cutting out, and so we'll just not have the time lapse today. I think it shouldn't use any RAM because it's not in my computer. It's just a feed from the printer's computer. So I don't know why it's happening. So anyway, we've got Flatzoid's perspective talking about Dell and his misunderstanding of a thought experiment.
Yo, Flos, what's up? It's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. It's going to be an exciting one. You guys voted it in, so hopefully it's exciting.
They voted for an upwards rise in Earth. You guys are killing me. I thought this was done already. All
Yeah,
right.
no, it was voted to for the response because Dell gave a response to the challenge, and let me put it this way: it was so idiotic that I can't believe I actually watched his whole thing through, hoping that it actually gets somewhere.
Oh, there was a response. Okay, let's uh let's look that
Super
up.
chat, you guys are awesome.
Let's see. 2 hours and 33 minutes long. Okay. We won't be watching the whole thing. Anyway, let's watch let's watch this.
Other than insulting us and showing the guy doesn't even know what a net force is. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
I did
But
actually,
anyway,
I did
yeah,
actually think people would vote for the end of
I was
the.
hoping for the part two.
Yeah, me too, to be honest, because it was
Well,
good. It was
you
getting
know,
good.
the funny thing for me is I never see these polls till about 3 days after.
Oh yeah, of course. I wonder what that is.
I never see these community posts.
I know it's crazy, isn't it? It's
But yeah,
crazy.
it was voted in. But yeah, tomorrow night it's gonna be Sean Hawkins' birthday debate, so we're gonna crash his party and debate him there,
Aye.
and then
Ah,
Friday it will probably be part two.
Hmm.
Um,
There you
Amazing.
go. I was going to model it. I was going to model it.
Oh,
I was going to model it, but it's too warm. It's a winter hoodie. It's the quality is really really good. I mean, the stitching and everything, it's really really thick. So I was like,
I mean, how tragically self-unaware do you have to fucking be? How how much do you like humiliation? You walk around with a shirt like that on. I mean, that's just fucking stupid.
I was going to put it on.
Are
I
you
thought,
kidding me?
it's too warm. So I just, it's even got the sticker still on the hood there, as you can see. But yeah,
but
I love it.
awesome.
I love
Thank you very, very much, man. I'm happy you like it. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm happy it's good quality.
it's brilliant.
Man,
Yeah, thanks, Vicky, for buying me that.
What
Loved it.
size like, PJ?
Sorry.
What size like?
Well, that it is. It was. She did get me a triple L, a triple XL, didn't she? But it is. It's slightly too. It's slightly baggy in the arms. It could do with a tiny shrink. When I was younger, the bagginess it's got on it would have been fine for me when I was younger. What I had the type of bagginess I liked when I was younger, but it just needs a hot wash and it'll trim up, it'll slim up a bit. You know what I mean? So it is slightly too big, but it's doable. It's doable. You know what I mean?
You know what, Flatzoid? I think when I first saw your merch, I was like, okay, fair enough, but it might be low quality. Now that I'm seeing it in these pictures, I can't lie. It actually looks like the best flat Earth
Yeah,
merch I've seen.
everybody has actually been commenting it's very good quality stuff.
I mean, you might as well wear a shirt that says "I'm a dumb fuck."
Oh,
So
definitely good
if
quality.
let me put it this way, I wouldn't want to promote stuff that's bad quality. So as soon as someone told me, okay, it was bad quality, then I would have,
Mm,
pulled it and said, sorry, I can't
yes.
do it.
Thick material and everything. Brilliant. Brilliant.
But I just want to say thank you for the support, man. You guys rock.
Not a
Mr.
problem.
Really
Biscuit.
appreciate
Thanks again, babe,
it.
for buying it.
And Roger Ledwell, thank you for your $2 super chat. He says, sign post says up headland of the raising shed.
Yeah, you probably could have bought it yourself if you hadn't burned money, right?
Headland of the raising shed. What's it? What's up, Butted, by the way? Good to see you.
Oh,
Thank you
What's up, lads? How y'all doing?
Mm.
You
Butter
doing good?
biscuits at the Mars rover photo shooting facility.
Yeah, in Bolivia. I hope you guys got a chance to watch the little
I
presentation.
set my alarm to go and watch you live, and I didn't even hear my alarm. But Barbara told me it was excellent. And when I did see you were just finishing up. There was three guys on at the time. You, Ian, and some
Andy.
other guy.
Yeah.
Just finishing up as I woke up. So I was glad.
All right. Well, if you guys get a chance, take a
Watch.
look.
So good.
I'll be able to download it to listen to tomorrow at work. So
Nice.
definitely gonna do that.
All right. If you guys got questions, feel free to stream them off. Later on.
Cool.
Be happy to do what I can too.
Cool.
Always like to support other people. You know what I mean?
Will
Including Flats and Sav and Ironworks, whoever wants. Yeah.
Debatable
Any way
debatable
we can help each other.
Debatable D just said the figures on Ireland. Was
Yeah,
it?
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
QMP did a video about it saying, how can you get sunburn from an hologram?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Okay,
Oh.
yeah. So tomorrow night we're gonna be debating Sean on his birthday. Oh, shame.
Nice.
Why does the guy even go live on his birthday?
Well, yeah, that's his whole. He's celebrating his birthday because he's so cocky. He says no one wants to challenge him to a debate. People just run from him.
He's gonna celebrate his birthday with his 5 viewers.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we're gonna celebrate it by laughing at him, and then
Hopefully we make
Friday.
it.
And then Friday night, it should be part 2 of the biblical thing. And it looks like Sean will join us because he was too busy last time. And I think it's Saturday night, I'm going to be having a discussion with. It's Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember. I'll get back to you. With Planet Walk.
What was it again?
I'll be sure to miss that one.
Yeah, we're going to have a discussion with Planet Walk.
Ooh.
I don't know that. I don't know.
The guy that thinks he's a woman.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
The guy
That's
from
probably why I don't know them. I don't follow that kind of stuff. All right, that's easy enough. Okay.
Well, guys, I'm going to take it as approach of showing Jesus love to the guy because I really do think he's lost. I
Well,
do
that's
think
how
he
it is.
needs
That's Romans
help.
1 and 2.
I do think
You
he
know
needs
how-
help.
The thing is that no matter how much love you show to them, the fact you're saying a guy is they'll say, "Oh well, you're not showing me love. You're not showing me love. I identify as a girl, so how can you show me just as love and call me a guy?" It's not going to go well. I don't think so.
Well, let's put it this way: I'd rather feel better with myself knowing I tried than not doing anything at all.
Aye.
So at least if I spoke to him about it and something it doesn't happen, he had the choice. You understand? So then I know I did what I could.
Planting the seed, yeah.
Why does it bother these people so much? How how does someone doing what they want to do when it doesn't hurt them at all bother them? Hey,
So yeah,
George.
looking forward to that. So yeah, guys, it's gonna be interesting.
Can we get onto this Deltardism?
Oh yes. Anyway, everybody in chat, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Please share the show. Really appreciate you
For
all.
likes.
Hit the likes. Yeah, yeah. We got the poll going. This should be interesting. Dell understands net forces. Yes, 17%. No, 83%. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So, did you guys see the response from Dell?
No.
Oh, I was waiting for this stream to see the response. I didn't want to spoil it.
I think you shared a bit with it, right? You literally like.
No, no, no.
That
Because
was before the stream
this
yesterday.
stream,
Mm.
I find the irony of this stream though. He had it at like I think it was like 2 o'clock or something in the afternoon, while
Yeah, just
everybody is at work.
when I was live. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You live. I'm at work. Other people don't even know because that's not already a time he goes live. And then he moans like, "Oh, none of the Flatardens are coming to debate me."
No doubt. He knows fine well the differences. I mean, I was live and I was actually presenting your video at the time. I knew that he was already doing it though because it was in the title, but because I said I was doing it, I said, "Well, I'm going to do it anyway." Do you know what I mean? So I
That's
was
like
actually
going to it.
while he was answering you.
Yeah, but think about that. But look at it this way. It's like, I'm going to challenge you to a debate, but I'm going to make sure it's in 1 o'clock in the morning while you're sleeping.
Yeah,
Just to
I
show
was
how
gonna say
cowardice
this
you
is
are.
so stupid. Those are this is like going to a club at 10 p.m. and saying, "Where are the people at?"
Exactly. That's crazy.
Mm.
I have to warn you guys in advance. There's a lot of dead air with this guy, unfortunately. I think I'm gonna have to speed it up because yeah, he just sits a lot of the time and just says nothing. Just sits there. So it's quite fun. But yeah, let's get it started.
He doesn't just sit there.
Imagine I had to start my stream like this. By the way,
Yeah, no, he isn't just sitting there. He's constantly up, rising upward.
Constantly rising. Maybe his eyes are trying to settle into the block. You know, when you're trying to focus on something, but when the earth keeps rising, you can't focus properly, can you?
This guy's constant motion blurring from.
he
upward
does. Well, the thing is, he does come from a land up uprising shed. Do-do-do-do-do. Hey, Josh, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. Woohoo.
Just Monday. Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, and that's gonna be awesome. The 31st, mark on you guys' calendar. Myself, Josh Monday, and Sean from Kingdom in Context are having a stream together.
Oh, that'll be excellent, man. That'll be excellent.
Exciting stuff, Dal.
Well,
Aye.
This a bathroom break?
This is the start of his stream, and it's
Okay.
sped up. And this is sped up.
how's it going?
He looks like you if you roided.
It's okay, I'm gonna stay natural. Thank you.
Here it is. It's Flats and I combined.
Be
Yeah.
right back.
Yeah. I think I'll stay natural. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe
No,
maybe that's what's making him so dumb. Maybe he's taking Psalms or something because it is known to give negative effects on a person's mental capacity. But I don't, as far as I know, Dal said he is natural, so I wouldn't just say that. Would be
To be honest, I would say he's natural. He doesn't look right.
Big enough. to
He's
do
not
that.
cutting off. He's not big enough now to be right. He's got a natural good build about him. I think.
Yeah, I've got nothing against his build. He's built quite good.
No, yeah. I was just trying to say he kind of looks like you look like you if you were stressed all the time.
He's a boxer. A boxer's build, isn't he? Boxer's build. Sort of thing.
He does kind of look, yeah.
No, he's a fucking bully.
I will say one
Well,
thing
pretty
nice
good.
though. I like his house.
Yeah.
That little like bucket of wood and that furnace. That's something cool.
Yeah, he's got to keep himself warm.
Definitely over Scotland.
Oh,
Yeah, how else is he going to keep his shed rising up? He needs something to burn.
Well, it's just as well they come in flat packs, isn't it?
This guy watched the movie Up once, and that's what he thought he was living on.
nice. I like that.
Is it Ron P-Tag, Dave Douglas, Andrew Piper? Aye. The little 3-minute video, then we shall proceed to go to later on live of the Great Flatzoid, where
The Great
some
Flatzoid.
incredible insight and intellect is on offer, and I have been warned that it is immense. So we shall start with Flatzoid's challenge.
He looks stressed.
I mean,
Because he knows he's got to lie about his uprising again, doesn't he?
Mhm.
Norwood 3.
words. Sometimes
Sorry,
you just become
had to
dumbfounded
sneeze.
by the utter fucking stupidity and ignorance of people. And
Yes.
it's amazing how some
Well,
people think
yes,
that they're making
exactly.
points and they offer up examples of their points and don't realise that they're actually debunking themselves. It's bizarre. It's incredible. It's funny. You know, we've got these Christians talking about Christianity.
Yeah, one thing I'm going to also have to say, he does project a lot of idiocy onto us, and he does have a disliking for Christians.
Really interesting.
And the sad part is, half of his audience are Christians.
That's it. That's
Interesting.
it. I mean, I just noticed he's got that observation on the wall that
You're definitely
Oh,
not getting
rising.
atheists.
His best
Definitely not
buddy's
getting
supposed to
atheists over to the flat earth.
And people always like to begin their conversation saying, well, I'm not really saying, but they're going to say exactly what they were just saying they weren't going to say, or projecting all the way from the very beginning of exactly and giving away what they're going to be doing. So I expect a lot of projections
Oh,
and debunking himself on top of that.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. He's going to start off
He
when
just
he
told
actually...
you what he's going to do.
It's going to be funny. When he
Anything
actually
this guy-
starts
yeah.
drawing his first... When he draws his first diagram, he's already going to make my point. So,
Like Butter Biscuit says, anything this guy says, it's inverted projection.
mm-hmm.
The irony is just fucking awesome.
Division, and you know, they constantly, you're calling people, me, a cult, and anybody who accepts reality a part of my cult. You know,
Hey,
Adele
Real
Tardine
Cygnus.
and all this stuff. I mean,
Glad you can make it.
these people are fucking absolute batshit crazy, man. Crazy. And they surround themselves with people who are just as dumb as they are and pat each other on the back for how
Funny that we said the same about you, Dale.
yeah, isn't it?
This
It
type
is
of thing.
weird.
But it is a cult.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Pot, kettle, kettle, pot.
It is a cult. And there's a reason we say it's a cult. It's because everybody that just decides to all of a sudden believe this idiocy turns their back on anybody else that doesn't agree with them, insults them, and just backstabs them. Like it's
Huh, you mean like you, Flatzoid. You mean like you. That's what you do all the time.
like crazy. What the hell?
Exactly.
I mean, Rachie is a perfect example. Oh, you loved her when she was a flat Earth, but when she discovered the truth, you backstabbed, insulted her, shunned her. The same thing you do. Project much?
All
Also,
of
this.
all of a sudden we're Globers. You know what I mean? All of a sudden to them we're Globers. When before we were flat.
And the sad thing is, we show how the whole time his equivalence principle that he's pushing
It's more global.
is globe based.
Exactly.
No, you haven't. You just said it is because of a edited, out of context clip you took from Brian Cox. My God, you're a dumb motherfucker.
If this guy, and I'm pretty sure he would say this, but if he can consider Globers a cult, but they come up here and talk to us more, why can't we consider his people a cult when they barely even come up and talk to us? It's like they're sheltered in. No, you can't talk about the upward rising earth. Let Deltard, I just called him Deltard. Let Del,
Well, you know why we call him
future
Deltard?
stuff.
Because he
Yeah.
started calling us all flatards.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Globers flat tards. I mean,
That's a flatzoid tards and flatzards, and that's why we started calling him Deltards. And I think that Deltard is a good name because yes, it's Del's upward rising earth that he's pushing, and it's a retarded argument.
Can you remember when they were in
And RDD isn't a retarded argument?
chat last week? And I
Gotta
made a
love the
comment,
irony.
not about Dell, not really, you know. And first comment he left was, Michael, you're a clown. So I've got no all's bad, Dell. You call me names, I call them back.
That's it.
Simple as that.
But look, when he came on our show that time when we spoke, we're all nice and calm with him, just trying to explain things to me like energy and stuff. And he gets all triggered and insults us, and he gets so triggered he leaves. On the stream, by the way, he makes a claim that he doesn't go on other people's streams and talk about this. Nobody comes onto his stream and talk about it. We just insult him and call him names. And
Yeah, I'll say the first time I saw this guy was that stream where he came on and got really mad, and that's why I thought he was like a rager. But he seems pretty calm right now. But I really wonder if this guy can hold it in.
Oh no,
yeah,
no.
but
He's
my
a
point is, he keeps lying though. He keeps saying no one comes on to talk to him on his show, and he doesn't go on other people's shows to talk, blah blah. And we all just mean to him, we just meanies.
Mhm.
It's really weird.
You know, imagine somebody like Flatzoid or any of his sycophants getting onto mainstream TV to spout the ridiculousness that you're about to witness.
Don't
It's
want to get on mainstream
absolutely
TV, thank you.
incredible, right? So again, I can only hope that some people will realise the error of their ways. I think people like Flatzoid are too far down the dirt tunnel to ever find their way back out of it again. You know, Hansel and Gretel couldn't even help him back out of this fucking hole that he's dug himself into. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I've been warned that
Not
the
good
longer,
analogy.
video that we will go through is just bordering on absolute insanity. So there's a couple of things I'm just going to...
I want to ask, why is he talking about television? Why would I ever need to be on television?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you ever want to be on mainstream TV? I mean, look what happened to the last lot of Flat Earthers was on mainstream TV on a Netflix show.
Even if you succeed on mainstream TV, that just means you're able to appeal to the masses. Appealing to the masses isn't something that flat earthers are really supposed to do, especially when the masses are so brainwashed.
I'm thinking he's offended of your background. That's what it is, Flats.
Oh, the TV.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
But you
want to
see-
be on TV because you have a TV behind your head. Oh my goodness.
Maybe he's slow and doesn't understand what that actually represents.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This
I
guy
don't
would
know if
definitely love to go on TV, and I bet they would promote him.
But if people actually understand, when I usually have stuff, it usually has meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Usually.
Hey, Jeff, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while.
Hey.
How's it
All right. Busy.
Jefferoo.
Jefferoony.
going?
Jeff Diddley-umptious.
Oh,
Jeff
But you got-
Diddley-doo.
But you guys are gonna laugh at his.
This is a 2.5 hour thing. I think we're gonna get like 15 minutes into it.
It's crazy. Don't worry, most of it is just him insulting anyway, not really giving substance. So.
All right. Buttered biscuits.
You probably don't need any of this. But for the purposes of the Flatardoids of the world and the
Flatzoids, you heard that.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna put this a bit slower so you guys can listen to Dal trying to explain to us about net forces. Before we go there, let's see, what did the vote say? The vote so far, Dal understand net forces. 16% say yes, 84% say no. Ooh. Okay. You guys ready to get education about net forces by Dal?
Do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Say we have an object,
Mm.
right? A new
Aye.
force. So something acting. Again, force, which you'll hear again, is Flatzoid doesn't comprehend. So say you've got force acting on an object, right?
Okay.
And that force is equal, right? That's what we call balanced.
Mhm.
So if the force is equal in every direction on this object, they are balanced, which means that the object cannot move. Okay?
Thank you. That was great explanation.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Dale.
But I thought that it's always moving because it's always accelerating up. He's contradicting himself, right?
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is like
That's kind of it.
the worst substitute
But,
teacher
I've
of
got a
all
question.
time, man. You guys.
yeah, I have no idea, Cygnus. I have no idea. Hey, Tiny Captain. Good to have you here. Hey, George. I said hey. I don't know if they were talking over me or not.
Yeah.
But I got a
Yeah.
question for you guys. If something is moving and the net force is
Oh yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go through. We're gonna review his debate with uh, Daryl Barry. So that'll be the focus of tomorrow's show of the birthday stream. Oh, what happened? There we go.
zero, is it just going to stop?
No.
Or is it just going to carry on moving?
Yeah.
No, it'll stop if there are no net forces on the object. If there are no unbalanced forces on the object, it will stop.
This is why I said Dal doesn't understand how net forces work. And don't worry, he's going to just dig it further for him. It's going to be that way. I just want to say thank you, Roger Ledwell, for your $2 super chat, man. Really appreciate it. He says he has only one reply. Derp, derpity, derp, derp, derp.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat. You rock, man. Miss Mark Queen Bee being a member for 7 months. Woohoo. Thank you very much. He says, keep smashing it. Really appreciate it. You are awesome. Thank you, Miss Mark Queen Bee. And then another one from Jeff, been a member for 14 months. Woohoo. Thank you. Floves rock and stand for
I've
truth.
got one.
Yes,
Woohoo.
exactly. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate all you members, all you Patreon supporters, all the people that hit those likes, share the show, and super chat. You guys are awesome. And everybody that buys merch. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's carry on listening to Mr. Professor Dow trying to teach us net forces, and
Hey, Rachie.
he's already got it wrong. But okay.
Only when the force becomes unbalanced, i.e.,
I mean, you've got isn't inertia a force? Wouldn't that be the unbalanced force? Its movement.
if there's now more force here, right, if we now apply more force here, now the object will coincide with the direction of that force.
Keep that in mind what he just said, guys. So what was my challenge? 1, for a object with an unbalanced force cause acceleration. Or 2, it's moving cause it's moving. What is he presenting?
Moving because it's moving.
No, unbalanced forces is causing acceleration.
Oh.
So by default, he's already destroyed his own argument that it's moving because it's moving.
I accidentally pressed one.
Yeah, he accidentally pressed 1 while he's trying to explain number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't worry, it gets even worse.
And now the force, the unbalanced force, because now the force is greater being applied here, will cause the object to move in that direction. Okay?
Opposite. Well done.
So you comprehend then that when there's unbalanced force, there's no motion. Let's just get a, wait, hang on.
You heard that? You just comprehend when there's unbalanced force, there's no motion.
Wasn't
You
it?
just said there is motion.
So let me ask you something, Flatzoid. How many directions is the Earth moving in the heliocentric model at one time?
RDD
So
to
if you
it.
type in,
Sorry?
I'm saying to E2 3R, whatever that word is. RDD.
Yeah, relative density disequilibrium, mate. For sure. But don't worry, guys. Like I said, you heard him now. He's made a claim that if a force is unbalanced, it can't move, which is just him not understanding how net forces work. Because if something's already moving and it has a net zero force, it's still moving because there is no force to unbalance that movement, so it carries on moving. Secondly, he just made a claim, which is correct. If the unbalanced force is pushing one way, it's going to push it that way. I got a question for you based on that. Which way is he claiming his Earth is moving?
Oh, wait.
Ah, Which
Yes.
way are the objects going with the acceleration?
Down.
Alright.
Like the tree
Above
that
the
fell
sky
on my
number.
lawn.
So it's going opposite to what he's claiming
Yes.
the force to be.
Alright.
Are you
Weird how
gonna
that
do the
works.
skydiver Tokyo?
Oh yeah. Why do you think I used that thumbnail?
If you jump out of a plane, then the Earth just rises to you. That's all it is.
Close.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
But
You
he's
guys like
saying
my
if the
thumbnail,
net
by the way?
force, he's
No
saying
point in a plane and flying.
No, that's it.
But we're crazy. Crazy, right?
but
But
he's
I
saying
think
that
Dell
a
knows.
Yes, you are crazy. You're mentally unbalanced.
he's saying
You
that
have to be.
he's saying that an object that has forces coming at all sides, unbalanced, doesn't move though. So when the guy's coming out of the plane, he's in between. When he would just be stuck in midair.
Stuck, and that's the thing. And
That's his claim.
How don't they get their head around that? You just can't be stuck in midair. The air
Yes.
particles ain't balanced. Ain't
Well,
moving.
why isn't the airplane rising? I'm sorry. Why isn't the Earth rising to the airplane then? If it's not dipping its nose or
No,
raising its
because that's when relative density is a thing.
so that okay. So it only applies. So it's like gravity. It just it chooses.
He's very selective on what he wants to use when he wants to use it.
Of course.
But if you actually jump
right.
out of the airplane, then you're gonna fall. But it's not you falling; it's the Earth rising.
Mhm.
Although it didn't work in the airplane itself because the airplane was stationary.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Cool.
Okay, but let's get on with it.
And just go, again, some aspects of
Again, this is the followers of Santa complaining about the followers of the Tooth Fairy.
obviously physics are correct. So if you type into your Google right now, what happens when net force is 0? So that would be when all forces are equal, cancelling each other out. Net force would then be 0. Okay? When the net force on an object is 0, the forces acting on the object are balanced and do not change the object's motion.
Okay, what did we just read? When the object's net force is 0 and are balanced, it doesn't change the motion of the object, correct? Does it say it doesn't mean it doesn't move or doesn't change the motion?
Exactly.
So what happens if something's already got motion?
Continues.
Newton's first law of motion, man.
This
Yeah, I don't think
means
this guy's heard of Newton.
that a state
He doesn't. He
thinks it's a
probably
law?
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really believe in Newton's laws of motion. I guess he's just an
I love the fact that these people are citing Newton's laws of motion but deny gravity.
engineer that doesn't believe in energy, doesn't believe in the calories that gives him those muscles that he's got. He doesn't believe in gas. He doesn't believe in net forces, apparently.
Yep.
He doesn't believe in Newton's laws of motion, apparently. I don't know. This
He
guy
doesn't,
is
he doesn't believe in pulling. Just push
The
it.
best part is he
Just
tells
push
you you're wrong. The best part is he tells you
Yeah.
you're wrong.
yeah.
Hypocrisy much?
The guy's a joke. I know young children in primary school that knows more physics than this guy.
Right back at you, pal.
Hey, Inspiration, how you doing?
Oh, beautiful. Inspired.
Oh,
I mean, no self-awareness whatsoever. None.
It's up the rising earth thing is going somewhere.
Amazing.
very inspirational.
But it's good
That's
to
it.
see
You're
you, man.
fired, Roger.
Serendipity.
Serendipity, correct.
Can probably zoom it up again. But yeah, I think I'm making the point quite clear. He doesn't have a cooking clue what he's talking. But while you see that, well, let's just let him make his statement finish. Then I'm gonna share another screen.
stationary object will remain stationary. Okay? You got that? Type it in yourself. If you don't comprehend that, I don't know how I can help you. So when the forces are all balanced, acting equally, And if it's a stationary object, it remains stationary.
Yeah, stationary object. We're not talking about a stationary object, are we, Dal? When he throws his water bottle, is that bottle stationary, guys?
Hell no.
Okay, now I'm going to share screen. I'm going to zoom that in. Hence, the net force acting the object is 0. A freely falling object. Is a freely falling object stationary, guys?
Nope.
Not at all.
Okay. It experiences weightlessness, as the only force acting on it is the force of...
Are you Googling something? I see the back end of a GLE. Are you Googling stuff? I thought Google was the work of Satan or some shit. I thought only chumps Google stuff. But while we're doing that, let's Google something. Well, there's nothing there about relative density disequilibrium. There's a video about relative density specific gravity. Here's a video. Can it work? But it looks like relative density disequilibrium isn't even a thing. So, thanks, Google. Who's this? Effie Connie?
Well, it's been a while
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that was his channel name.
since I've touched on flat.
But yeah, he rips him apart on this.
They say gravity, but we don't believe in gravity, so it's just the weight.
Yeah.
Which acts downwards.
Density.
Yeah. The
don't
object's
believe in-
acceleration...
We don't believe in gravity. That has got to be the dumbest statement I've heard all week. Granted, the week isn't very old, but you get the idea.
Object acceleration is equal to the acceleration. The net force acting in the object is 0. So if I drop a bottle with water and an object and everything, and it's all falling down, what is it saying the net force is for everything in that bottle? Well, it's falling to the ground.
It's in free fall, right?
Yeah.
There's no net forces applied to it, then, is it?
So are they supposed to mix up?
Yeah, there's gravity. Yeah, gravity is the net force that's applied if something is in free fall.
No. There's no force being applied to it, so it could mix up.
So let's quickly go to Sean Hawkins' favorite
Paint?
The object's acceleration is equal to the acceleration due to gravity. Hence, the next force acting on the object is, I don't know.
Yeah, he's favorite.
Jeez. It is birthday, isn't it, coming up here? Yeah.
Tomorrow. We're gonna be going to laugh at him at his birthday.
136 years old, you said?
Yeah, I hope you're going to bring evidence.
Oh,
142.
No,
He does say if he shaves, he's gonna be looking like he's 40 or 45.
he's gonna catch up with Dave now. Or
Yeah.
fall back.
So Sean, in case you're watching this, why don't you do us a favor and shave for your birthday so we can all tell you don't look 45?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, and he keeps going on about Dave. In 30 years, Dave will still look younger than you, Sean Hawkins.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we got the bottle. We got some water in. Let's put some water in. Actually, let's do it this way. We got it.
And yes, yeah, yeah. Paint in this situation is my favorite app because in this situation it's a person who claims to be an art student, a graduate of art school, who's using Paint. You not understanding how that's funny as fuck? I don't know.
I'm gonna put some water in like that because it's shaken. You know,
Oh,
shaken stirred.
Not
Okay.
stirred.
let's start. Just
Yeah.
Shake it. All right, double O.
Okay.
I was actually
Yes, James Bond likes to drink shitty watered down martinis. When you shake a martini with ice in it, you water it down. It chips the ice off and waters down your drink. And from what I understand, the James Bond martini is vodka and gin with a touch of vermouth and uh, uh, cocktail onions rather than olives. So,
thinking when watching this, I was thinking this other guy, Dell, he kind of reminded me of Austin Powers. So, he used to bring a 007. He was like, I like gold. I love gold. He's like the Scottish
Oh
guy.
yeah.
gold
Oh
member.
Lord.
Gold member.
Yeah.
Gold member. That was it, yeah.
He'll turn your tallywhacker gold.
Oh, that's that's a killer. He eats his own blooming scabs from his
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So
Oh,
the,
he's
the
Dutch.
bottle. Okay. So the bottle, guys. The bottle is falling. Okay. So does the bottle have a net force of 0? No, because this force going downwards is greater than the air resistance.
actually, let me call this up. He drinks the Vesper Martini. I was wrong. Comprises 3 shots of London dry gin, 1 shot of vodka, a half a shot of dry French wine aperitif, or Quina Lillet, and shaken not stirred, which waters it down.
Correct.
That would be friction, right?
Uh-huh.
And 4 shots of fucking liquor. A shot is what, 2 ounces? That would be 6 ounces of. No, that would be 8 ounces of fucking booze. That's a big fucking martini.
Uh-huh. But it's less than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's accelerating. Now, everything in the bottle, has that got the same friction
Done.
as the outside of the bottle? No.
No.
So this ball is traveling down. The water is traveling down. The air is traveling with the water, obviously in all directions, traveling down, and the air here as well. Let's say this is 5. 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 Would that mean that they should mix?
No. Not until it
No.
stops.
Yeah, because they all represent the same amount of force attributed.
But yet they do mix. Under free fall, a density column mixes. So do things change density under free fall?
So therefore,
Because if it was density, if density was the reason that things fell, then the density should remain the same, and it should stay ordered, right? Hey, hold my pocket.
this is 0 net force, 0 net force, 0 net force, 0 net force. The bottle does have a net force because it's accelerating.
Just want to look up something here. In mechanics, the net force is the sum of all forces acting on an object. For example, if 2 forces are acting upon an object in opposite directions, and one force is greater than the other, the force can be replaced with a single force that is the difference of the greater and smaller force. That force is the net force. You can't have more than one net force. That'd be like having multiple units of something, right? If I got 50 things, it'd be like saying, well, you got 49 things and one thing, or you have 25 things and 25 things. No, you have 50 things.
Now, what happens when the bottle reaches terminal velocity? It doesn't accelerate. It's not a constant.
It's an equilibrium, isn't it? It all finds its balance.
Yeah. So let's take the same bottle now. Place it. Now it's going to be at equilibrium. Okay,
Well, how did you do that, Flatzoid?
Now it's
You made 2 bottles.
it's going to be at terminal velocity. So therefore, all the net forces are going to be unbalanced again. The ball will now go to its relative equilibrium point. Let's just say the ball will be there, and the air will be there, and the water. Does he understand the difference? That now the bottle is not free fall because the friction imparted is the same as the friction as the movement downwards, but because the air cannot support it, it still has to carry on moving in the same direction because the friction has to be greater than that force to be able to cancel it out. So
What? You're talking about terminal velocity, not free fall.
it will carry on moving. Everything in the bottle now is not moving at the same rate anymore because now it's at a constant, it's not accelerating. So therefore, the ball has a different amount of force, the water has a different amount of force, and the air has a different amount of force. Understand that, Dal?
Yep.
Net forces, mate.
Net forces. Now, there's only one net force. If you have 50 things, do you have sums of those things? Jesus Christ. Flats has a degree in art, and he uses paint.
And that's exactly why I put this challenge up. Because I knew he doesn't understand net forces.
Net forces. Like I said, there's one net force. It's the addition or difference of all the forces put on an object. There isn't more than one net force, you stupid fuck.
And
Jesus
he literally
Christ.
proved my point.
I don't even know
Hey, Lisa, good to have you here.
why we're arguing over this. This argument, it will fall on its face so quickly. It's just the dumbest argument in the world. Like, if you can't see through it, I don't know how.
No, yeah, that's why
this
I
is
was
even
saying.
a thing. I just
That's why
don't understand how this is a thing.
Yeah, that's why I
Can
was
I-
saying in the beginning. Why did you guys vote for this? Because this is like a 10-minute debunk. It's like it's barely anything here.
That's a good idea what Michael just said in private. There.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to actually comment.
It's
into
probably
it.
like the last time that you have to even touch this because this is
Yeah.
kind of like going to eat. Like after a while.
I was getting fucked up results with this weird looking part here. I have to make sure I keep them separate. Where were they? These. See how it mushrooms out on the top? And it's called an overhang. If you do it without supports, then you get a messed up underside surface here. So what I've done is I've split the thing into 3 different pieces, and then I'll reassemble it, glue it together on a shaft so that it's one gear. So, how well you can see that. But yeah, the printer is so accurate. I can print it in 3 different pieces, and it's as if it was one thing.
While
Yeah,
if you
it's-
spend too much time and energy on it, you're just wasting your time and energy because there's nothing else to do. It's just such a dumb
So there we
explanation.
go. You modded, Michael.
nice.
Anyway, but you see, we don't even have to insult Dal or anything. We can just show him physics. And Canadian Bacon. No, I'm not lost because all physics agrees with me.
No, it doesn't. No, physics does not agree with you, stupid. Oh my God, what a fucking liar.
If you disagree, you
Okay, show any physics book that says that relative density disequilibrium is why things fall rather than gravity. Show that. If all physics agrees with you, show us the citation that says relative density disequilibrium is the reason that things fall. Go ahead. That's my challenge to you, liar. You fucking pathetic fucking clown.
can come in and actually discuss this, and I can show you just how idiotic you are. How's that?
Yeah. The thing that's funny.
What, you can show cherry-picked quotes that you don't understand? And deny any evidence presented to you? Is that what you do, Flatzoid?
Going to Twitch, don't they, though? So, because they don't think they can be judged. Because they're in the little corner of Twitch.
Yeah. Now I've got a new mod in Twitch, so
Yeah.
beware, trolls.
I've got one in TikTok, and they're all over the place, guys.
Canadian Bacon, gatekeeper talk. No, it's not gatekeeper talk when I'm educating a chuff nugget.
No, you're an idiot. You can't educate anyone. Sorry.
Okay, I'm trying to understand this gatekeeper stuff. What are you gatekeeping?
I'm giving a
know,
guy
it's like-
education. I'm being nice enough to give the guy free education that he would get from a school or an educational system that you have to pay money for. I'm giving it to him for free. So how's this gatekeeping? I don't know. So Canadian Bacon, if we are so wrong, hop on, come educate us. I'm more than happy to listen.
Gatekeeping talk. Wow.
Exactly, debate V. Delt force. Nah, net force. Exactly. Okay. So on screen, how to calculate net forces.
Now that we've gone through some of the common types of contact and non-contact force.
There you go. An object can be acted upon by one or more forces. Net force equals the sum of all forces accounting for direction. Vector addition and subtraction. There is no net forces. There's one net force. It's the sum or addition of all, or it's the addition or subtraction of all vectors. I mean, right there, you're proving how fucking ignorant you are with what you've put up on the screen.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get to that. Do you guys know the difference
Yes, yeah. Anthony Riley invented RDD.
between contact and non-contact forces?
Well, let me think. It probably has to do with the word
Spanish.
contact. I don't know.
But the problem with I've seen in this arena these days is people like to change the definitions of words. So
Yeah, they do. Yeah, like definitions of science.
can we all agree that contact means contact? Like that's contact.
Like American football or rugby.
Yeah, that's a contact sport. Yeah.
Yeah, contact sport. There you go. I mean, think about it. Yeah, there's a force that will actually knock you down. Wow.
So yeah. Okay. So let's say magnetism. Would that be a contact force? No, because there's no contact.
No.
It's not touching. But there's a force. Okay, so I just had to place that out because I don't think Dell understands that either.
Right. Gravity is a force. It's a non-contact force. Exactly, just like magnetism.
I
Or
don't
if you
know.
hit a wall, there's going to be contact, and you're going to.
Yeah. Just a
You're
little.
driving 90 miles an hour, and you hit a wall or you hit a tree. What's going to happen? Contact. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a contact force. Like, this is so basic that it's like stupidity at this point. I don't know.
Exactly. Okay. So it says an object can be acted upon by one or more forces, like we just said, yes. A net force is just the sum of all the forces accounting for direction. The vector addition and subtraction. Okay, thank you.
Let's discuss the concept of net force. Under any circumstance, an object can be acted upon.
Okay, let's just
Here
get to
we
where
have
we
two
are.
examples.
There we go. Okay. Let's take the one on the left, yeah. 100 newtons and 150 newtons. According to that, which way would the block be moving?
White.
Towards the 150.
That way. Exactly. Why? Because there's more force going that way. Now this one on the right.
200.
Yawn.
Down, like the water bottle.
Indeed.
200? No, 100, 180. The fuck are you talking about?
Which way would the block be moving?
White.
Towards the 150.
That way. Exactly. Why? Because there's more force going that way. Now this one on the right.
200.
Yawn.
Down, like the water bottle.
Oh, okay, I wasn't paying enough attention there.
Indeed.
Huh. Okay. So Dell, I would like to know if that water bottle is there like that and there's 200 newtons pushing that water bottle down, okay? Is that water bottle standing still or is it moving?
No, there would be 180 newtons pushing that bottle down, not 200, because you have a subtraction of 80 newtons to take away from that force. The net force is 180 newtons down. Or 120. Sorry, 120 newtons down.
Knows this one. He knows it. I'm sure Dale knows this one. He sang a song about it. Well, you did.
Forces acting on a mass. In the first example on the left-hand side, we have a 100 Newton force acting towards the left and a 150 Newton force acting towards the right.
Yeah.
Since the two force vectors are already in the same horizontal direction, at the left or right, we can use the vector addition to find the net force straight away.
50.
Before adding force vectors, it is important to define the positive direction and also the negative direction. Typically, the right
We don't need to actually watch this.
150,
It just equals 50.
defined
There we go.
No need to watch this. No need to learn anything.
If you haven't learned how to subtract by third grade, oh my God, please. This is insane.
Yeah. That's why I say we don't really need to learn this. We already know this. It's not.
No, you don't. You don't already know this. That's why you need to watch it. See, the reason you remain ignorant is because of your attitude right there, Flatzoid. You don't need to watch anything because you know everything already. You already know everything, so you don't have to learn. But it's obvious that you don't.
Yeah, if you haven't learned by third grade, I mean, seriously, what are you doing here? This is so bad.
And the positive
Right back at you, dipshit.
Oh shoot, I failed.
There we go.
On top of the 100 Newton horizontal force and the 80 Newton vertical force, we have another force acting at an angle of 40 degrees above the horizontal line, and this is 150 newtons.
And that is why you get bullet drop, guys. That explains ballistics.
Now we're at geometry.
You get bullet drop because of gravity. That's why you get bullet drop.
And this is fifth grade, so now we're at fifth grade. This is great. Okay, let's keep building.
Guys, we're gonna watch Dell now, guys. I'm just trying to make a point here quickly because people think that what I'm talking about is total bullshit for some odd reason. Usually the Deltardians think this. Okay, well, we got the point going.
It's like I went to bed and then I woke up and there were gifts. There were gifts underneath the tree I put up. Now, my buddy says it's the Tooth Fairy, but I say it's Santa Claus. My buddy is an idiot because everyone knows Santa brings presents.
I have a quick question for you guys. Right?
I mean, these people are just toddlers yelling at their parents, arguing with their parents that Santa is real.
Very quick. What does a gatekeeper get paid nowadays?
A couple of hinges, a lock.
A few shekels.
When I'm
If you
for
work
nothing.
for the government, or if you don't. So if you work for the government, you're probably going to make 120,000. But if you don't, then probably nothing.
It's
Dang
WD-40, and yeah.
Some two-stroke.
Okay. Deltord. Let's go listen to the Deltord again.
No. So we also have.
Okay. Let's go, Del.
Before we get to the challenge, I've just
Man, they are really triggered that there's someone dumber than they are. They hate not being the dumbest, don't they?
I'm just setting this up for you.
It is not mixing up. Accelerating Earth, except that your made-up fantasy physics doesn't exist. Remember, you're the guy that says there is no such thing as energy. You're the guy...
Energy is a concept. Energy does not exist as its own thing.
Say what? Excuse me?
Wow.
Can I ask someone a question? If you sleep, do you get tired? I mean, if you don't sleep, do you get tired?
Very much so.
If you had a good night's rest, do you feel energized the next day?
Yes. Rest.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
If you're hungry and you have no energy and you eat, do you feel satiated and having energy again?
Within 20 minutes, you've got the energy back.
Yeah, if anybody's ever fasted, you're going to know that answer.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why I said it's weird. Del, you can see he does definitely work on his muscles, so he does know what calories are.
Of course.
Well, I don't know.
Vegans starve themselves. That's why they're usually always tired and they drink coffee in the morning.
It's quite crazy. Because the
Know what
guy
calories are.
the guy that uses energy to build his muscle says energy doesn't exist.
That's it. And I bet you when he's in the gym and he's feeling a bit tired, he'll go and eat a Snickers bar or something like that.
I think he understands push and pull. He probably
No,
does have
he
push
doesn't
and pull.
actually. He thinks there's no.
What?
He thinks
No,
there's
he
no
doesn't.
such thing as a pull force, only push force.
So,
So he can only do his
that's-
chest. He can only do
so-
his chest. He can't do his back.
this guy goes to the gym and upward accelerates his weights. He doesn't.
All right, here's
But
a
I was just trying to say.
He can only do chest, legs, and shoulders. He can't,
Usually,
can't
I was
do
just trying
back.
to say. Usually, people that go to the gym, they have push and pull days. That's what I was trying to say. So
course
it's
you
kind
do.
of weird that.
Yeah.
Well, here's
Yeah.
another one, real basic for everybody that they can understand. If you haven't had sex, you wouldn't understand what push and pull means, right?
Yeah, wow. Wow. So
I'm just
all you do
saying,
is
I mean,
you
if you can't understand the basics of sex itself and having, that with
Well,
the woman itself,
Well, we can do this one. Remember when I showed him static electricity picking up the paper?
That's right.
That was a non-contact.
I mean, this is kind of like when Bart and Lisa Simpson were having an argument about who Homer loves more. The argument went like, "No, he loves you more. No, he loves you more."
Pull force.
He still said it.
My
was push.
God, what a
He still
dumb
said it was
fucking
push.
group of
I
people.
guess he's never had a push me pull you.
No.
Well, I'm still going to be making a spoof video where Dell's going to try and open a door without pulling it. That's going to be a pull door, by the way.
Oh, maybe he's one of those people that gets confused where it says push and pull on it, and he starts pushing on the door when it says pull. It's like, it doesn't open. What the hell? I'm
No,
pushing on it.
my idea is he's gonna walk up to it and say, "What is wrong with this door? It says pool, but there's no such thing as pool. I don't understand."
You don't want to get the woman pregnant. What do you have to do? You got to pull it out. I mean, my God, it's so easy. Seriously, it's easy.
Energy is such a concept that this guy does 2-hour bicep workouts because he just doesn't even think about the energy.
Well, he
Doesn't
obviously
exist.
eats in a surplus to build his muscle, and then
I'll be
in a
right back.
deficit to cut. So obviously he knows there's a such thing as energy. That's literally what calorie is. It's
I mean, how does he do his biceps? Because that's a pulling exercise, you know.
You do push and pull when you do biceps. So
I suppose.
I think we're harping on this point too much. Right? He doesn't understand what energy is.
he doesn't understand it, even though he uses it daily.
Nobody can give energy. Energy is a word derived to explain the amount of work being done, motion, the amount of change that is happening. Energy is just a word to explain it. It's not an actual thing. This guy is way beyond help in that regard. He just is enamoured by language, doesn't comprehend language, doesn't comprehend a concept, that being man's created linguistics in order to explain the changes in reality, the motions that happen in reality. Energy is not a thing that you can isolate as its own thing. Okay? It's a word that's related to...
All right. In physics, energy is defined as the ability to work, which is the ability to exert force that causes an object to move. Energy can come in many forms, including heat, light, motion, electrical, chemical, and gravitational energy. Energy can also be classified as either potential or kinetic. But yeah, energy is a definitely a real thing.
Matter and motion.
No, you can isolate it.
So if I get a cornflake and
Dave, thanks for coming, man.
No
I'll just say this, and this is why I brought up vegans, is because there's certain foods that won't fuel you, even though they can give you calories and you can still survive, but you'll be micro deficient in certain things. So yeah, energy is really a thing.
If you burn a cornflake, with food, cornflake, you just get it in the tweezers and burn it. It burns for a certain length of time, and then it's consumed. The energy is spent. It doesn't burn anymore.
We have like glucose. Glucose is what like a. When you eat a lot of sugar, this is what modern sugary things do. And this is why it's a problem. Is because it's fake sugar, so it spikes your insulin, and then it basically your insulin goes down because it spikes it a lot because it has a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah, but that's why when you have the muscles, I mean, your muscles use glycemic sugar. So the thing is, that's why you don't have to. I mean, that's why I'm not on sugar at all.
No, I know a lot of guys because they eat a lot of carbs. A lot of bodybuilders also eat carbs because it's
carbs is great.
Easier to get to the
I take
muscle.
a lot of I actually take some carbs and stuff, especially with my fruits and stuff, because it's good carb sugars. It gives
fruit is a carb.
Oh yeah.
But you don't do sugars. You just said you don't do sugars. But you eat fruit? Okay.
Best kind of carbs is from fruits. Yeah.
And that's fructose. So
fructose,
yeah,
there is different.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're just
certified nutritionist
it's
here.
okay to insult people because you don't understand what a metaphor is.
You don't understand anything and you're insulting everybody that's more intelligent than you with your Dunning-Kruger, son. Again, you're going to get...
Okay, I want to ask, guys. His whole stream, what has happened? What has he done? Just insulted the whole time, correct? And shown he is Dunning-Kruger, the thing he just projected again, because he didn't understand net forces.
Absolutely.
Now, anybody...
The mere fact that you call them net forces, plural, proves that you don't understand shit, man.
can go on my show, that little stream I had with this challenge, and find where I'm actually insulting the guy.
You're insulting him now, moron. You've done nothing but insult him. Jesus fucking Christ. The gaslighting of this motherfucker.
That's what they do.
No, except for today, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, except for today. Yeah, but not ever, right?
Well, he's kind of calling for it, and yeah, unfortunately, the
Oh.
Deltard name is seen as a insult, but it's a default name because it's the Del
So now you're going to make excuses for your hypocrisy.
argument, and it's a retarded argument. So it just
Well, the
that's
whole
why.
tard thing just came from globe tard because the globe is a tard idea. So I
Mhm.
mean, to apply the same thing, you could say
Mm.
flat tard, whatever, which he does too. So
Yeah, it's weird.
Absolute spanking
Yes,
here.
your
I'm going to
fucking
concisely show that
hypocrisy
you're
is
wrong
weird.
in every regard, and I guarantee you will not address any of it again.
You don't understand what a force is to begin with, actually. And I just showed you on screen a demonstration that shows your, how can I put it, not actual claim, rubbish. There is no accelerating Earth based on observation and demonstration.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to explain it in a very simple manner again. When you drop the water bottle,
Listen carefully.
Okay, I'm
and
listening.
everything inside it is not mixing up, it's due to net forces. All the net forces equal to zero because they all accelerate, yes, you heard me, accelerate at the same rate.
Yeah, I didn't see an insult there at all.
I love his laugh there.
I know. What was
Yeah, it is.
that was like Vicky's Motley laugh.
I'm thinking this is a Deltardian, Canadian bacon.
Gotta be.
Sorry, what the hell are you talking about gravity? Has any of us ever?
Hey, I want to put the Canadian bacon versus American bacon argument to rest. It's all pork, and it's fucking delicious.
Pushed gravity here?
Nope. Maybe gravitas.
Enough said.
Yeah, the word has weight. I'd agree. Yeah.
does he think we're heliocentric?
If you met up with me, Canadian bacon, I'll show you my energy. I'll easily show you my energy. Not a problem. Idiot.
Yeah, but the guy's calling us heliosexual while his claim is heliocentric at car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Exactly.
man.
It's insane. But like I said, he's more than welcome to come in. There's the link, Canadian bacon, and yes, he is a Deltardian because I've seen him in Del's chat many times. So the link is there. Come in and chat, and I'm more than happy to give you a free education like we're giving to Dal right now.
Hey, Stanley Tools.
Yeah, and boys and girls don't get all buttered. Retard just means slow to learn. That's all.
Exactly. It's just slow. Yeah.
Calm down. Slow to learn.
He's calling us heliosexual, but the Delsexuals, they're the ones that are most like them because they just make up pseudoscience and lie about misunderstand a bunch of stuff.
Really? Is that what they do?
Like
And
he is
by
with
the
net
way-
forces right now. Look at that. Look at what he has on screen. Look at what he's
Yeah,
laughing about.
and I wanna point something out. Do you think he's gonna read this whole abstract here, or is he just gonna read half of it?
Partial. Probably skip over it.
When an object is zero, the forces acting on the object are balanced and do not change the object's motion. This means that a stationary object will remain stationary.
Oh, so he stops there.
Stops at station.
Gal, why are you not reading on? And a moving object, moving, will continue to move at a constant velocity in the same direction at the same speed. This property of an object is called inertia. Why did you not read that, Dal?
That's called cherry.
Why haven't you read the Cavendish paper? You keep talking about it, but you haven't read the paper, have you?
Picking.
He's not a very good cherry picker because he has it on screen.
Right, exactly, yeah. But
So in other
It's
words,
okay as long as you put it up fast enough and then put it away fast enough, your chatters won't be able to read the whole thing because they're
well,
slow.
to be fair, his audience is so gullible they won't read what's on screen. They'll just accept what he says.
no,
This is
they're
why it's
retarded.
Project much?
This is why it's called a cult, because he shows them in their face he's lying, and they still accept it.
Yeah,
This
and they're
Canadian
retarded, can't
bacon,
even read what's up there.
Canadian
Slow.
bacon's a perfect example of cult member. Just spouting stuff and then not being able to go away not being able to come up and speak freely. You're like a Jim Jones member, man. I think you're gonna get, you're gonna drink the Kool-Aid.
So he's already drunk the Kool-Aid.
So we've got 70 votes already, and Dal understands net forces. Yes, 19%. No, 81%.
Wow.
I think it's quite telling. Oh yeah,
I
and
think
by
we
the
should
way,
let him go. Sorry.
oh, and by
I think
the
we should
way,
let him go. Go ahead.
And
Go
by,
ahead,
the,
sorry.
and by the way, Dal has an issue because Conspiracy Cats agreed that I showed Dal that he doesn't understand net forces. So therefore, so far now we're like buddy. Just because someone agreed with me.
Weird.
Weird. Okay.
Yes. I was gonna say we should let all the Deltards just go. Let the stupid ones go ahead and just believe whatever Del says and not look into it for themselves, and they'll learn the hard way.
Yeah, but there's a reason why I made this challenge for Dell. Was specifically to show the guy doesn't understand the things he's talking about. That's it. By the way, David Banner, he said, can we explain
Hilarious.
applied forces? Yeah, applied force is just like Pascal's law, where the force applied is based on the surface area. That's practically what applied force is.
Good to see you, David. Banner.
By the way, good to
Hey,
see you,
David.
Yeah.
Mr. Hulk, right?
Pre-Hulk.
Pre-Hulk.
So again,
Pre-Hulk. I like it.
stationary,
Yeah.
stationary person
Hmm.
holding a stationary object, and when we release that object, these absolute Cretonius bum-sniffing imbeciles
Who's insulting now?
claim from stationary
Quit clutching your pearls.
it all
Fucking
accelerates to the
hypocritical
ground.
bitch.
Claiming from stationary, it all accelerates to the ground. Okay. I'm going to show a demonstration, Dell. I'm on my station Earth, got a cell phone. This is the level of the cell phone. I'm going to let the cell phone go.
Right, gravity pulled it down.
It appeared
If you think anything else, you're a fucking retard.
to go down.
And it was stationary. How about that? Now, if he throws it, it's a little bit different because there's a force behind it. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, does this phone have weight?
Yes.
Yes, because of gravity.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So that means the phone itself is creating a force on the air around it.
Yep.
Because the air can't support it.
Aye.
Displacement. That's right.
So it displaces its weight according to its ratio to the medium. So therefore, what happens when the medium cannot support it, or my hand, I'm using energy to hold this up, by the way,
That happens.
cannot support this anymore? Oh, wait, it accelerates. Accelerates in
Right, due to gravity. See, you not understanding that proves how fucking ignorant you are.
what direction, Del?
Dune.
Dune, because why? The force of the object is greater than the friction of the air.
Aye.
Aye.
Now
And by the way-
try putting
by-
it on something that has a greater friction, like your table.
Well, let's just use my arm for me. That would be
Yeah,
representative.
good. Exactly.
Ooh.
Wow.
Now, let's for instance take a helium balloon, guys.
That's right.
Which way does a helium balloon accelerate upwards? Oh, I just gave you the answer.
Yeah, that was a difficult one as well, Flats. I wish you never gave me the answer for that. I wanted to work that out.
So yeah, the balloon accelerates up. Now, Del, which is the greater force? The displacement of the medium. It's all displacement of medium to object weight ratio. That's it. It's the ratio between the medium and the object's displacement. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what gives its acceleration.
That's fucking horse shit. So show us a citation in any textbook, any physics textbook that agrees with you.
That gives its net forces. Now, when the bottle accelerates down, the stuff inside the bottle hasn't got that friction. It's the bottle that's got the friction. Therefore,
Yeah.
the net forces are zero.
Yeah.
We need a little man inside the bottle to throw it, so we can make sure that.
It's just simply he's got such a misunderstanding of physics that he wants to call everybody
Oh, he does. He does? Yeah, you might want to look in the mirror, motherfucker.
else retarded and dumb and moronic and just insult everybody because he himself is projecting his Dunning-Kruger idiocy onto everyone.
He's putting his own doctrine into physics.
Very
like-
much similar to Sean Hawkins.
Yes.
Whoa,
Exactly
not
like
Sean
Sean
Hawkins.
Hawkins. And they say it with the same great confidence as well.
No.
Nice. I was thinking he
Like
doesn't
he-
understand reference frames in this point right here. He doesn't get there is a separate reference frame because there is a container, right?
Yeah, this is so simple. This is actually like one of the worst streams I've been on. Not like bad, but you know what I mean. It's just like there's nothing here.
There's nothing. This is his response to my challenge, guys.
You literally had to pull up a third grade like PowerPoint. I love it.
Hey,
This
Mr.
guy-
Chess, he says, evening, guys. I got slagged off by the Rising Earth crew for questioning their claims in the Nachi chat a few days ago. Apparently, I'm a drunk lunatic for not buying the Rising Earth claims. That's exactly the thing. Mr. Chess, this is why I call it a cult. Everybody in my chat now, just because you associate with me even, the whole Natch crew will just insult. I go in there, I just say, how's it going? I get insulted. Anybody else that associates with me, hello, they get insulted. And the sad thing is, this is why I'm calling Chiquita out about this as well, because before he had Dal and them on the stream for this chat, I emailed him myself. And I said, hey, Natch, would we be able to organize a nice chat on your channel? Because I think we can have a nice conversation where the people aren't going to overtalk each other and insult and stuff. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll talk to him. I never got a response back. A few days later, he has QNFI on his show. Him and QNFI slagging me off on QNFI straw man arguments of pushing AE maps on me that I don't ascribe to. I email him and say, what's going on? Why are you slagging me off? Never get a response. A day or two later, he has Dal and company on there, all slagging me off again.
No doubt.
And it's like, okay, can I have the link to come on?
Mm.
Once I leave and I've got other things to do, then it's, oh no, come back, you must come on.
No doubt.
After I spent
Chilean.
an hour in his chat.
It is a Ouija trait, Chilean. Definitely. Definitely a Ouija trait.
So yeah, I call it a cult because they are a cult. Anybody that doesn't agree with them, they will just do what they do. They don't
That's
want to
why-
listen.
I mean, like you do. Like you do. Anybody who doesn't agree with you gets blocked, gets mocked, gets insulted, gets slagged off.
That's why I call them anyway, Norman, sideways globers. Maybe they're all glyphs pretending to be fliffs. I call them sideways globers.
But I got another question. Dal was very specific when he came onto our show, where he said Earth is rising up.
Aye.
Correct?
Aye.
He says that's not what he's claiming.
What else can he be?
He says we're always misrepresenting him. But his argument literally is the Earth is rising up to meet the object.
Yeah, but how can you represent him when he claims, like, he talks out of both sides of his mouth?
Exactly.
1 minute it's accelerating in his diagrams, but it's not really. You know, it's like, how can you represent that?
Well, don't you know Einstein said that the Earth is observably not moving, even though it is.
No, he didn't. He never fucking said that. He never, ever fucking said that.
So take that, Flatzoid.
Good to see
Yeah,
you.
but
Sam.
that's
Thanks,
just a thought experiment.
Mm.
Nate, that's just a thought experiment. But that's exactly him taking this thought experiment and claiming it to be real for his flat Earth.
That's mental gymnastics, not thought experiment.
It's idiotic. Exactly, Mad Mac. The Bible tells me the Earth is stationary, and the observations do so too. Amen.
That's it.
So where in physics does it say that? Where in physics, find any physics book that says that the Bible's real, that the Bible's true? Fucking find that shit. I'd really love to see it.
Okay, let's carry on listening to his insulting.
I have to change filament here. There's a piece I missed printing for the enraged rabbit. Couple pieces. So I have to change the filament because I have the wrong color in right now.
Idiocy.
You fish. There is no accelerating Earth based on observation and demonstration. So I'm going to explain it in a very simple manner again. When you drop the water bottle down and everything inside it is not mixing up, it's due to net forces. All the net forces equal to zero.
Cheers, buddy.
because they
Thanks
will
for coming, man.
accelerate. Yes, you have
Yeah,
to
that's bad.
accelerate at the same rate.
I think soft could see it.
See, he doesn't have a fucking clue about what a net force is.
You know, other than using circular reasoning, if we have to lend this notion that there's force that can act upon matter like that, can Flatzoid, without using circular reasoning, without begging the question, right, can he demonstrate it? Can he isolate such a force? Can he demonstrate it in any other vector? Or just misinterpret the vector that's already there? And
I want to say, Cole Taylor, I see there. Dal, good grief, bro. Just stop and admit you got it wrong. Thank you.
Oh, Dylan, that was there as well. Dylan was there.
Yeah, Dylan was there.
Who was else? Sandro was there. He told me he was there as well. He came in with his head all battered. He's like, oh.
Yeah, this was my stream that I had. That was him in there. But Dal was in there, and Dal couldn't even just come and type 1 or 2 in chat. I mean, this was after asking. This is his response. Wow, you really are clueless, boy. First of all, why is he calling me a boy?
I know.
Because you're a punk ass.
Isn't that him trying to show his dominance over me for some reason?
Trying to make
Sorry.
me seem inferior. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dal, but I'm not scared of you, man. Don't know why I should be.
It's been condescending calling you boy.
Yeah. Because he also says, I wouldn't dare talk to him like this in front of his face. Obviously, he doesn't know us South Africans.
No.
Dude, he would squish you like a fucking bug. That man would fucking obliterate you. You fucking pretentious piece of shit.
Also, it's like it's the stupidest argument of all time. You tell me that I'm wrong. You debate me in person. I'm gonna assault you. That's how little of an impulse.
That's how childish it is. That's how childish.
This guy needs.
I don't care.
Mental therapy. This guy needs Jesus.
Absolutely. I need Jesus.
Needs Jesus.
Jesus, but I will still fight McDoon in the ring.
But you know what their argument against this is? You guys only take what's optical. So your observation's optical. It doesn't make it actual. He's literally doing the globe argument for when we say curve that they claim is just optical. He's now saying what we're claiming here is just optical. So he's literally taking globe arguments that are really idiotic and stupid and trying to tell us, oh, you guys are wrong.
Has he debated a globie before, or does he just debate on the upward?
I'm starting to think more and more he is a globe shell. I'm sorry. What's up, Dave? Good to see you.
What's happening, man?
Because I'm thinking if he hasn't debated a globe and hasn't presented his points to what should be the enemy, or what we should think is the enemy, is debate sphere, right? He's just debating on the upwards rising Earth. Nothing about curvature. Nothing about the globe being a lie, right? It's just weird that he's only attacking flat earthers, at least anti-upwards rising earthers.
Mm-hmm. So what's up, Soph?
Oh man, I didn't even get a notification for this, man. Not a bit.
Nobody gets notifications anymore.
I went over to your channel and even clicked on the live, and it didn't show as an upcoming that you even had anything going.
What? Der Storm didn't let you know he was live?
Yeah.
And I just happened to look on the YouTube. I was arguing with somebody on Facebook, and I looked over on YouTube, and it showed you were live, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
You see, the thing is, the restream doesn't give me any way to show it's scheduled anymore on YouTube. It shows it's scheduled on Restream, but not on YouTube.
Oh,
So
Lord.
I have to wait till I'm live before I can actually share it out.
Jesus. Well, I was listening about that, and it's like, man, these people they're just like globetards. They're no
Exactly.
different. Okay, they're no different. They're gonna embrace this equivalency bullshit, just like the globetards do, and you can tell that it's a weak belief because of how angry they get when you call it into question. That you say, no, I'm not buying it.
Mean like you get angry?
Blasphemer! It's a belief. That's why, and it's a weak one at that. And it definitely does come from what you said. They don't understand. They don't understand the importance of the displacement ratio, zero net force. They don't know what any of that shit is. And they think, oh, look, there was an air bubble, did some shit. So that means the Earth is rising up. Okay, there you go. Interferometry doesn't show any upward movement, doesn't show any movement at all. Yet this is happening. You're just continuously increasing speed all the time, moving upward. I mean, get out of here, man. That's just, how can you even entertain such a ridiculous idea?
Instead of Globers looking through the telescope, the upwards rising Earthers look at the water bubble.
And that group over on Nachiquitas, he's turning into this like Paul on
Exactly
Slave.
the same.
Yeah,
But
There's
you know,
like
no, but you know what's happening with Natch, which is irritating with Natch. He's like having this whole holier than thou kind of
Yeah.
thing, like, oh, I'm all loving and everybody's getting hateful. We must work together. But in the meantime, that's all that's coming from that chat.
That's
We
it.
go
It's
and
just
say,
all
we go there and say hello, and you get attacked like crazy.
yeah.
Well, I
Me-
mean, first off, if you've got a guy that part of his name is asshole, okay, and you've got him as a moderator, I got timed out. I got timed out over there, and I hadn't or timed out or blocked or something. Anyway, my messages wouldn't come up anymore. I hadn't even said anything negative. All I
Yeah,
did
well,
was
that
they started attacking me and said, well, what causes this, that, and the other? I typed in displacement, and they got
Well,
triggered. And I
they
mean,
don't
this
like
guy Jake the asshole, because he doesn't like Jaron, and I do a show on Wednesday nights with Jaron that we don't even really talk about flat Earth or any of the fucking shit. We're just making fun of NASA videos and shit. That automatically that puts me in. Oh, you're gonna be hated too because I have the I Hate Jaron Club or whatever. And I'm like, you need to grow up. Quit being so fucking sophomoric.
Well, Sov, you're a shill now. You know how dare
Right.
you go on people's shows that nobody agrees with someone.
Wow. Yeah, I guess that's rough.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, this was a show that Dell came on my channel. By the way, he claimed on the stream we were watching, he never went on it. He doesn't go on our streams.
Oh,
So he lied. And he also claims we don't go on his streams and talk about it. Which he also lied because I've been on there and he kicked me
Hey, Normie girl, how you doing? Good to have you here.
off. He kicked me.
Oh yeah, the Bible's questionable. Bible says pi is 3, and it's not.
So I just want to show something on here.
David got
Potential
David,
energy and all these energies, that's fine. It's your prerogative. We're not saying you have to. But can you explain to us why you can claim if I drop this, let's say it's a lighter, I drop it, it's not actually dropping, the ground is rising to meet it.
How do we what is this energy stuff? You're all laughing and you don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Did you see what I said, Del?
Flatzoid, I've asked you for the last 2 years to
We have answered you for the last 2 hours. Now I'm asking you, you are claiming this object is not falling. How can you claim this object is not falling where I can physically measure it had a force? It falls, it actually makes a force, and it's observable, and you're telling me it's not. You're telling me the Earth is rising towards it. So tell me how you come to that conclusion so we can actually get to your claim.
We can't have that discussion until we get past this. But
You're not accepting physics. We can't help you. It's not
You're not accepting physics.
going to get anywhere. We do accept physics. You don't. So it doesn't help getting in. Get to your claim so we can understand.
Here, let's see something here for a second. Gravity, physics. Gravity and mechanics, the universal force of attraction acting between all matter. It's far the weakest force known in nature. So, yeah, this is physics there, Flatzoid. This is physics. So, we used to have I went to took a command course when I was in the Army. Taught soldiers how to command effectively, how to get people to do what you need them to do without pissing them off, basically. And the main thing that they pushed on us was don't criticize anyone else unless your shit doesn't stink. Right? If you tell someone under your command that they're dressing like shit, they need to shape up, fucking get their gig line in order, make sure their uniform is squared away. You can't say that if your uniform looks like shit. So unless you know what the fuck you're talking about, unless your shit doesn't stink, Flatzoid, don't be talking about anybody else, you fucking lying sack of fuck.
Why you claim this is not physically falling down. It's not physically moving. You claim that, so explain it to us how you get that.
we're talking physics, so physics is real world physical stuff, correct? Correct?
Sorry?
Physics is the study of real world physical stuff.
Yes.
Let's see. Physics. Definition. The branch of science concerned with the nature and properties of matter and energy. The subject matter of physics, distinguished from that of chemistry and biology, includes mechanics, heat, light, and other radiation, sound, electricity, magnetism, and the structure of atoms.
And in physics, we can literally see this thing physically falling to the ground, physically measure it falling, physically see a force attributed to it, and you claim there is no force attributed to it.
In physics, in the physical world, where is energy?
In the object itself, in the transference, energy is all around. Right. Look at it as a ether, if you want to. It's just everywhere. It's the building blocks of a force.
You've just claimed it again, that the energy is in matter. So extract it from the matter and show me it.
How?
You're claiming it, not me.
Okay, I'll extract energy from matter. Can someone quickly show me this heat?
I mean, that's like that's straight from Quantum Eraser. Quantum Eraser doesn't think we get energy from food or water because energy isn't real.
I'm extracting the heat from this cup. Oh wait, my hand's hotter than the cup now. The cup is extracting the energy from my hand. Heat, energy. There we go. I've just demonstrated transference of energy again.
I'm going to hit the button on this thing, and that's going to heat this, and that's going to allow me to get a vapor out of it.
Yes, because that's how a machine works. Because every machine.
You guys listening?
Oh, this douchebag vaping now? Wow. It's only a matter of time.
What he's saying. The guy, how much times do I have to ask him, you're claiming the Earth's rising up. You're saying this object that's literally falling is not literally falling. How do you come to that conclusion? And he's just trying to go back to energy because he doesn't know what energy is. It's insane.
I love the irony.
Madness.
It's like, what? These people... I'm sorry, I'm choking on irony. It's so thick.
He's actually going to get really pissed off now, and he's going to get you and leave. Yeah. Let's go do that before let's go there around there. No food, no energy, no movement.
No. You're avoiding it continually. You believe that there's a transfer of stuff from one thing to another. So what's transferring
Okay.
from me to that?
Okay, do you work on a calorie deficit, Dal?
That's
Because
right.
you like me, we work out. Do you have a calorie deficit?
Am I transferring calories to the lighter right
Do
now?
you work on a calorie deficit?
Am I transferring calories to the lighter?
By picking up, you've transferred potential
Oh my
energy because
God.
you
They don't know what calories are.
poured it out of its relative equilibrium. So once you let go, it has to transfer that potential energy to kinetic energy, therefore it drops.
So again, Flatzoid's talking about a transference of stuff from one thing to another thing. Okay? So when just like I gave you the scenario of the 2 cups again, Flatzoid, with the tea in it, I transferred the tea,
Now it's 1 cup, 2 girls. There's no 2 cups.
the substance from there to there. The thing that was transferred was a thing that can be isolated and shown to you. Now,
Like tangible substance.
when you say I give this potential
He hasn't said that in a long time.
energy, you are claiming I am transferring something to this. So what you may have to do is isolate the thing that is going from me to the lighter. Can you do that?
By holding it where it was.
No,
Can you just quickly
Flatzoid.
hold it back there? Can you hold it up there, Del?
No.
Can you hold it for everybody up there again?
No,
and then let it go.
That's
Then let
it.
it go and tell us where the lighter moved to, please.
That's right. We're not even at that point yet. Listen.
We are, because you are literally making my point. You picked it up, you put potential energy, you let it go, it had energy, it moved. Did it move or not when you let it go, Del?
Why are you
Did
laughing?
that light
Cackling like a
It's
witch.
hilarious.
I know.
Did the lighter move? Sorry?
Says cackling like a witch.
But you understand, it's idiotic. I mean, the guy doesn't know the basics of even energy.
Somebody got to set him on fire.
I was exasperated that night. I just stayed out of it. I was like, oh, he's talking shit.
He doesn't even know the basics of Santa.
I just want to get to where he rage quits.
It's not long. I don't think it's long.
To your rising Earth, because it's getting late, man. What is your claim about the rising Earth? Because it literally goes against all physics we spoke about tonight. Every bit of it.
That's right. Are you going to isolate this transferring stuff that you keep
I just
claiming?
did. I just did. The
Well,
T you
Barbara-
transferred was not energy. The T you transferred was physical T.
Yes. So
when you let that T go, it will.
So energy's not physical stuff then?
Energy describes it.
Describes what?
It describes the work.
The motion.
You get different types of energy.
I want to know why Australians are so negative. Why they're so negative all the time. Because every time I talk to an Australian and I say something, he just says, "You can't, you can't, you can't."
Energy.
Different
Just
types
like
of
we
motion,
explained.
Barbara.
Potential, kinetic. You know how frustrating this was? It was like talking to a little.
Wait, did he say potential kinetic energy? Is that what he's going to say?
Potential, kinetic. You know how frustrating this was? It was like talking to a little. I don't know. It's like trying to speak Chinese to a Spanish.
When you don't understand Chinese, you don't understand Chinese.
Deaf, blind person.
That's bad. Like, for instance, if you set a firebrand on fire, don't you transfer energy to the firebrand from the fire? That would be a transference of heat, and it goes on all levels.
Well, let's do it this way. You get different. I'm sure, Sov, you've worked with explosives before.
Uh-huh.
How does it work that there's more energy?
Well, it's because there's a huge reaction taking place in a small confined space, and it has no choice but to expand.
Well, let's take it this way. If you have 10
Just
sticks of
rapid expansion.
Let's say you have 10 sticks of TNT. Will it have more energy than one stick of TNT?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, if you're talking about heat energy, yeah, it's a thing because I mean, even heat has an extinction limit. A fire with sticks isn't gonna be as good as a fire with logs.
Yeah, it goes in the opposite direction too with temperature, right? Like if it gets so cold, it will do the exact opposite. It's transference of the energy, right? If it freezes, it will cause
But no matter
things.
which fire you build, eventually it will also burn out.
Yeah. Well, that would be the entropy thing.
Monkey is ignoring me. Monkey! He's back in his corner.
Which nobody can avoid, right? Or anything, for that matter.
Heat, thermal.
Can I ask what difference it makes?
It's hugely relevant and hugely important because, when people use words like force and Flatzoid makes jokes, motion causes motion, he doesn't comprehend that that's the facts. Because in order for something to move, something else has to move. And it's a never-ending cycle of one thing moving to another thing. That's the only way motion actually happens. You don't have motion through concepts of energy or any of this stuff. Flatzoid continues to claim that there's a transfer of stuff from one thing to another thing. There's not. There's no such thing as energy. It's a concept to
Okay, so if I have two tuning forks and I strike one tuning fork and they're tuned to the same frequency, the other tuning fork won't start vibrating? Okay. Well, it fucking will because there's a transfer of energy between one or the other. So Dell is fucking stupid.
describe motion.
I think you are.
That's hermetic principle.
Yeah, I think he's not understanding. Remember, Dal, when I said
Thermetic principle? What?
you changed the location of this physical object.
Thermetic principle.
I physically had to use energy, burn energy to change the location of this object. I've now put it in a place that if I let it go, why would you expect it to stay there? It won't. It has to go somewhere because I put it out of its equilibrium. I physically
No, that's not what you did, dipshit.
used energy to stick it the way it is. I've changed its location. So what happens is that potential energy it has now, its description of it is now in a place of disequilibrium, has to do work. When I let it go, it does work. It's called kinetic energy.
Right, imparted by gravity. So if you took a rock down from Mount Everest and let it go, it's going to go back up to Mount Everest, right? Because your relative density disequilibrium doesn't provide for a vector. So how would it know which way to go? And seeing as the air is thinner the higher you go, its tendency would be to go up. And since you've imparted that potential energy into the thing from taking it from its equilibrium point, which is on the top of Mount Everest, then it would have no choice but to go up.
I think where Dell's at is like with the hermetic principles, where it says that everything is continuously in motion.
Oh, hermetic principles. The Hermetic principles are 7 principles of Hermetic philosophy that are believed to govern the universe and all existence. The principles are outlined in the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. Some of the principles include mentalism. First principle, which states that everything is based on mentality and first occurs as a thought. It also asserts that everything in the universe, from the tangible to the intangible, is a product of the mind. Correspondence suggests that there's a connection between laws and phenomena on different levels of being. Vibration implies that everything in the universe is in constant motion and vibration. Polarity states that all manifested things have two sides, two aspects, and two poles. Everything has an opposite. And cause and effect. And gender recognizes both the masculine, rational, active, and feminine, intuitive, and creative aspects of yourself. It involves becoming conscious of balancing these energies in your personal and professional life. So you're a little feminine, are you? You got mixed genders? So yeah.
Everything is
Exactly.
causation and reaction continuously.
That's reality. That's exactly what reality is. All we observe is motion.
Don't agree.
That's chaos theory. It's not
I
reality.
don't agree with that, Dell. Like I said, if I have something on a table, I'm because I said I don't agree. He starts laughing.
Has he ever been to a
Sitting
power
here.
plant and watched like a turbine work, and it actually goes in motion and it causes friction, which is a transfer of energy? That would be a good example if you want
I
to
want to ask:
see.
is friction movement, guys?
No, it's caused by it though.
So friction is the resistance to movement,
Right.
and
Yes.
friction has energy.
True.
So not moving causes moving, Dell. I'm stationary. My phone on the table here is stationary. My table on the ground is stationary. It's not moving. Okay? You claiming it is moving. Yeah, are you not?
Flatzoid. In order to have something move, you need something else moving to cause the motion.
Is my table moving? Am I moving at this moment?
Move the table.
I can't. It's bolted to the ground.
Right, if it's not bolted to the ground, you can move it by using motion.
Yeah.
The point is my table moving now, Dell? Am I moving?
Flatzoid, we're not even getting to
It's
that
a simple
point yet.
yes or no question. This is why I say Dell's dishonest, guys.
You just can't.
Ask a question. Yeah, you ask a question over and over.
Flatzoid, I'm a Globey. Ask me if the Earth, if you can feel the Earth spin, or if we're spinning.
Nate the Globey, can you feel the Earth rotating?
You can't feel it, but you are.
But that's a direct answer, though. You gave
Right. You can measure it. You can measure the rotation of the Earth.
me an answer to my question.
Yeah, Globies are more honest than Dell.
Yeah, Dell, I asked him the question. By the way, this whole stream, that 2.5 hours, us solving them. We asked him over and over and over the same question. He refused to answer it. We just want to find out.
Right. And when I debated you, I asked you over and over for a map, model, and measurements of your flat Earth, and you couldn't answer it. You chickened out. You ran away. Tail tucked between your legs, yellow stripe down your back, and a white flag.
What his claim is. Because he is claiming the Earth is rising to meet the object. So the object is not physically
Just
dropping.
won't say them words. He just won't say that word. Then words. That's it.
He just won't answer because he knows
Hey, Westside.
it's stupid.
Wow. Wouldn't a force cause motion though? That's basically the whole point. You have to have a force in order to, an unbalanced force basically, to cause anything to go into motion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the whole point is, right? But he thinks it's constantly going. There's not an unbalanced force at all. We're all in some kind of.
He thinks if I let go of this phone, okay, he thinks now it's accelerating. If I let it go, it's not moving. He thinks this falling is not it moving.
So I have a question for Sovereign Soul. If you did not know what Hermetic reasoning was, if no one had ever told you, how would you know?
Moving. We are moving to meet it. He's saying this phone, because it's at zero net force when we let it go, we are the ones moving.
He can't explain this though, can he? No.
The guy,
but it's moving at a constant.
He's an
Well,
idiot.
it's just simple, Keith. The other day I was standing out there getting ready to cross the road so that I could get my mail, right? And this car was going by, but you know what? I realized the car wasn't going by. The car was actually standing still. It was the Earth that was moving by. I was moving by. Everything. My house was moving by the car. It was stationary.
That's pretty goddamn stupid.
That makes as much damn sense.
Of course. Of course.
Tell you
That's
that.
what it's insane. But that's when you can see if a person's honest or not. If they just won't, they refuse to answer.
Like you did, right?
Paintings. If we don't
So thanks for proving that you're dishonest.
have descriptive language, how the hell are we supposed to communicate? It's
That's
just
so-
communication.
And we have to agree on what those things mean as well. Right?
Exactly.
That's why we have a
Exactly.
dictionary to
Exactly.
describe the
So-
terms, right?
So just as you said, Flatzoid, what does the word force and energy and potential energy mean? Because as you say, the word man only is a word to describe what I am.
Yeah.
So force and energy and these types of things, what are they describing?
Force and energy, work to do. So the energy is work to do. The force is attributed to cause something to move. So it's resistance to inertia.
I'm out.
Potential
Aye.
energy is the potential for it to use that energy. And kinetic energy is the use of that energy.
See why she can get past this fucking nonsense, man. Get back to
It's
me.
not nonsense. It's literally shown and demonstrated and explained to you in many different.
That's it.
There we go.
That was enough for him.
Right, and gravity has been shown and demonstrated to you in many different forms, and you deny them because you're a dishonest piece of shit.
That was
He's gonna
enough.
quit. Yeah.
Right.
Bye, Dale.
Oh, and by the way, if they think that they're gonna fucking come onto my Discord and just talk over me and insult people, they got another thing coming because I will have that mute button and I will fucking use it if you choose to come in like the rabble that you are on your fucking Discord on your live streams.
Yeah, and
Just
notice
letting you
he
know.
didn't even answer us once. Are you going to explain how you get to the conclusion that the object is not moving, but we are moving to the object?
I don't think there's a demonstration you can show that presents that idea, is there?
Yep.
No.
I mean, even this stream that he's looking at now, he asked me in there, show a demonstration where everything in the bottle is accelerating in lockstep. I took his demonstration and showed it on screen. He didn't like that, by the way.
No, no doubt.
You're rubbing his nose in it, dude, with his own shit. Sorry. Pardon
Yeah,
my French.
his own demonstrations make our point.
God help him.
It's funny how everything anybody ever says automatically proves Flatzoid right, no matter what it is.
This is literally why I think that we're living in a times of idiocracy.
Yeah.
And the part of shoot, can't remember that guy's name.
So yeah, it's quite sad, guys. And this is, I'm not trying to be mean or anything to all the.
Hold on, I gotta look this up. Hold on. There we go. The part of President Camacho will be played by Flatzoid.
people that support Dal. But wake up and smell the coffee. Think for yourself. You guys became flat earthers for a reason because you saw through the bullshit of the globe. Now you're falling back into that bullshit by being gullible because you're believing Dal that clearly shows he has no idea on what he's talking about at all. That's it. I don't have any other thing other to say than wake up.
Oh, wake up, boy.
Yeah, right back at you, moron.
Wake up, boy.
Wake up, you boy.
Little Susie, wake up.
Norman Cross, I am really starting to think Dal is controlled. I don't know if you guys want to vote in chat. Type 1 if you think Dal is controlled opposition. or type 2 in chat if you think he's just an absolute or idiotic moron.
Yeah, it's good.
I think he's just confused and his pride has gotten in the way. Now he can't back out. I do know
Yeah,
this,
he's
though.
too far.
I do know this, that these people that
Every accusation is a confession with these dipshits.
want to get angry and be assholes and shit to everybody, that just shows that you have a weak belief system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was over. I unsubscribed to Nachikita. I got along with him. I always used to get along with him and everything. He'd come on my show, blah blah blah. You know, everything cool, right? I was over there, and I'm like, this has turned into a fucking cult.
It has.
These people are creeps. He's got Jake the asshole as a moderator over there. I'm like, you
But
got
you
to
know
be
what?
shitting me, man.
Jake the asshole and QNF, they both claim not to be flat earthers. Okay? They clearly state they're not flat earthers.
I've heard Q call himself a true earther.
Yeah. Those two, in my opinion, shouldn't be counted as even trustworthy in anything, especially the things they're pushing these days. Do you know Jake the Asshole and QNF are pushing that we all live in a simulation and we all have our own simulated sun?
Yeah, I got that from him.
There's no such thing as perspective when you look at the sun, according to them.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah, weird. Now they're over with Eddie Banjo, both of those two, Jake and Q, and they're helping him.
I like Eddie. I think
I like
Eddie's
Eddie
just a bit. I think Eddie's just a bit soft when it comes to telling people off sometimes.
Uh-huh.
There's a poison in flat Earth and it's spreading.
True.
Okay, I see it doesn't show Nikita's email address, so I'm going to show it on screen. You guys can see on screen?
Yeah.
Screen?
No, you
No, it's not streaming it. There we go. Okay. This is what I wrote to Natch. This is before even QNF was on. Debating Rising Earth. Morning, Natch. Hope you're doing well, mate. I just want to find out, can we set up a debate sometime on your channel? I would like to have a calm debate about this Rising Earth. As you know, I don't agree with it, and it seems we need a cool, calm, and collective person to delegate the discussion. Have a great day, man. Bless you. Well, he replies, yes, hi, Flatzoid. Yes, I agree. I think that is a good idea. No ad hominem from either side. Just stick to the point and be clear with terms, and rather than having a debate where people are looking to be right and the other just trying to listen the other one and making the effort to see why people think they have what they do. I have respect for people even though I may not agree, and even if the idea or concept may be foreign or weird to me. I try to listen and understand, and once enough information is there, we can approach it from different angles. I have a show with Dal and Will this week, so let me try coordinate with Dal and William with you. Maybe you can choose someone else to come with you and to have a conversation with, and Dal wants to sit it. But let me approach Dal and see what we want to do, and we get back to whatever we want, 1v1 or 2v2, whatever. Dal may not wish to speak to you. I will keep you posted, Natch. That's the last email I ever got from him, guys.
Nice.
So after that, he had QNF on, slagging me off, and then he had all those people on slagging me off, and I wasn't even allowed to go and defend myself.
Yeah. But
It's a pretty interesting design. This is the winding gear for the clock. It takes a crank or like a key, do with a key or a crank. And it's got a slot, right? You got this slot here. And that's what engages. Actually, that's not what engages. When you print something like this, it makes layers like this. So it's weakest in this direction, right? If I tried, I could break this apart and it would break on the layer line. So how do you make something strong that can take this kind of force? You print it in segments. So it's got this, it's got these these hemispheric slots, and then you've got these pieces which fit in here, right? I'm not going to jam them in there all the way because I'm not sure if I have to do something beforehand. So what you have is two, you got a part that was printed this way, which has the layer lines running this way, so it's stronger. It's strongest in this direction, right? So this gets shoved in there, and the winding crank basically is a tube with a slot in it or a bar in it that engages with it. It's able to turn it. So it's taking it's acknowledging the weakness in something and accommodating for that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Fickleness and two-facedness going on there.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling him out part of the same cult, because he literally just turned his back like this. I didn't give him a reason to. I never insulted the guy, was never mean to the guy.
Yeah, when you join the Upwards Rising Earth, you got to.
Never is a big word there, Flatzoid. You might want to be careful using it. You know, especially since you don't understand big words.
Disconnect from all your family and live in a shack like Dell.
Don't forget, you got to sell all your goods and get rid of all your paraphernalia as a child, and then you have to get a
wood oven, wood fire oven, to make sure you can become as minimalist as possible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just make brews all day long and sit around on the internet and talk down to people who disagree with you. Yeah.
Make sure you smoke at least a pack a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're looking at you there. Some.
No signs of a cult there at all, sir.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Well, I don't think we need to go on with Dell's video though, because he just does this the whole time though. He just insults and shows he doesn't understand the physics. He even tries to explain interferometry. We can maybe show that part if you guys want to.
Yeah, why not?
Where he says it doesn't measure anything.
I mean, that would just be beating a dead horse, but if you want to, yeah.
But think about.
But of course, you think interferometry requires a container.
About it. Last time I checked, airplanes use interferometry for their gyros.
That's fact,
it
yeah.
measures an angle based on a reference. So,
No, not all gyros, just the ring laser or fiber optic laser gyro. The regular gyro, just for stabilization, doesn't use interferometry. You fucking idiot.
So it actually measures something.
It does. I think that's the whole point to it, right?
Yeah, it's really weird. Just listen.
Interferometer is just another way of optically interpreting things. Look. There's nothing to go after. Again, Natch, see if you don't really comprehend the topic, I would suggest that you just don't engage in it until you're up to speed. Right?
Oh, and just by the way, it looked like Natch wasn't really understanding what Dell was saying. So what does a good cult leader do? No, don't engage with it.
Yeah, he doesn't even try and teach him.
Let me rather teach you about it, then you can engage with it.
Yeah, it's like learn about it, then come back to me, then I'll teach you about it.
Yeah, because he's unsure about it.
Of course. Yeah, go and learn
how many
about
times
it.
how many times have you seen in a cult someone goes and says, well, I'm not sure about this, and then all of a sudden, no, don't worry, that's just not really that, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
just
every cult has their
me.
teachings. Right. Every cult has their teachings, right?
Go and learn
I
about
mean,
it, then I'll come back, and then I'll teach you about it.
Yeah.
You go to.
If you
go
have
to
any
Mormon-
questions, yeah.
But that's not what a cult does. A cult teaches you what they want you to know. They don't tell you to go learn about it and come back. That's not what a cult does.
You go to Mormonism and you're like, well, I don't know if really Jesus had, had like actual like physical sex, and they're like, no, it's okay. Let us teach you about it, right? Of course, everyone you're listening to is wrong.
Look at
See when
HR's
the two
expense.
platforms moving in the same direction.
Grieving.
Right? See, we've got two platforms moving in the same direction. Right? And now we've got an interferometry device here. Right? That's detecting the change. Right? Now these two things, as they go in the same direction, this one now loses the rate that it was going at. So the interferometer, if you put little detectors on this here, right?
First of all, that's not how interferometer works, you absolute chuff nugget.
Nice.
Yeah, enough, Chugget.
I almost forgot about that one. That's right, Chuck Nugget.
We should call him the Great Chuff Nugget.
Has the guy ever heard of the Sagnac effect before?
Probably not.
The guy thinks the interferometer works with points. What? What's he explaining here? You see, this is why I say, Dell, stop talking about something if you don't know what they're even talking about. You got a
Right back at you, buddy.
audience that's gullible enough to believe you. You're teaching them stuff that's wrong.
Hilarious. Like I said, every accusation is a confession from these dipshits.
Both are going in the same direction, but this one slows down. Then this one detects a change of this one here. Right? Now, if you're on this one, you can interpret that as, oh, well, that one went down like that.
Down.
You're not.
I tell you, you motherfuckers have no room criticizing the way other people speak. None.
He just proved he didn't know what this.
What the truth.
He just proved he didn't know what the sagnetic effect is at all.
He just proved he doesn't know what an interferometer is or how it works.
You think it requires a container, so shut the fuck up.
And there was Witsit. He tried to talk to this guy. You can't, because he can't shut his fucking pie hole long enough to let somebody finish what they're saying. And then admitted he didn't know anything about interferometry, and said, it didn't, and Witsit said it doesn't show any movement upward or anything. And he says, well, I don't know anything about that. He says, well, that's what you said a few weeks ago, and you said you were going to look into it, and he still hadn't, because it's going to fuck his belief up. That's why. That's the only reason, see?
Witsit, actually, yeah, when he spoke to him about this, actually, do you think we should bring that up and everybody can listen to that discussion?
I haven't seen it, actually.
It was actually very good. Witsit, I have to give big ups to him with that. He like
I forgot where that was at. Do you have it?
Can I clarify something right quick? In interferometry, they're actually measuring the time that it takes to travel through the medium, the light.
It's the light travels in two directions, split through mirrors. Okay.
Yeah, that's a split one. Yeah.
They're two different wavelengths of light. So as soon as the whole interferometer moves, it picks up a delay in one of those lights.
Yeah.
Light beams.
I get.
And that's what it reads. It reads that movement from that path. What he's showing on screen is nowhere near interferometry, nowhere near anything. The guy's a total.
Enough, Chugget.
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly see if I can get that.
I got it.
You got it.
I'm gonna put it over here.
Oh man, I can't believe it.
It's just so fucking hilarious.
I have an idea. Since Dell is here and Witsit is here, why don't we have a one-on-one if both of them agree? No interruptions, mano a mano, and let's hash
No interruptions, mano mano. He sounds like a half a tard, doesn't he? That's SE Montreal, by the way.
This out. How about that?
Oh shit! I didn't even know Dell was here.
Like I can
Del, what
talk
do
for a
you
few
think?
minutes. I
Del, are
literally
you
came in here just for
Montreal?
a couple minutes. So if we can expedite it, sure. I have like 20 things I'm supposed to be doing today. So we can talk about it. I have a simple question. Why is linear interferometry not detect it? Now, Doofus gave them their best answer, but believe it or not.
What is linear interferometry? Oh, you mean that belt that someone came up with that's actually rotational interferometry that you're not smart enough to understand?
Or not, I'm already going to destroy that as soon as someone says it. If someone doesn't say what Doofus says, they're just conceding. So sure, Dale, if the Earth is moving up, then why does linear interferometry not detect it? It's a very simple
Okay,
question.
if Dell answers, nobody, and I mean nobody, interrupt. Dell and Witsit.
I mean, guys, before that, it's very straightforward.
And I
Straightforward
love
question.
SC.
I haven't had a SC Montreal since Brandon.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
still
yeah.
so-
He's still over there. Yeah.
Is he?
I love SC's voice. Yeah,
No, but
I
he's
just
not
love it.
No, I mean I last seen him in Brandon. Brandon
Mm-hmm.
hasn't
Yeah.
been on for like
Yeah, I've seen this. I think Saab had it on his show.
Yeah.
because I see
But
him
I mean,
put a video out for ages, so I didn't know. I used to see him live every night. But,
yeah, AC used to be around a lot.
he used to like using that thing about the hump or slope.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If you're 5 miles apart on a boat and you're looking across at another boat, are you going to see a hump or a drop?
Or a drop. On a boat.
Yeah, because it contradicts.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, did you hear the question that Witsit asked Dal now? Very simple.
My God.
Interferometry linearly doesn't pick up Earth moving upwards. Why is that, Dal? Simple as that.
Pretty simple question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you there?
I'm here. You hear me?
Yes.
You need to forgive me. I'm a wee bit bunged up here with a cold, so it's quite hard listening. I thought this was going to be, grown-up, mature discussion, but it doesn't seem to be the case. The thing about the interferometry, I don't fully comprehend the interferometry. My main contention is that there's no downwards
But you're a fucking expert, aren't you?
acceleration. It's demonstrable that there's no downwards acceleration. Accelerometers do not detect downwards acceleration, so globe Earth and stationary flat earthers have a real issue.
Did you say you can't comprehend it?
Yeah, he did.
Because the guy doesn't understand that when it shows net force 0 on an interferometer, he doesn't understand that is it measuring acceleration. He doesn't understand that is it measuring acceleration because it says 0. He thinks because it says 0, therefore it doesn't measure it. Because
I
the
mean,
guy.
the point I'm making is that he's just conceding that he doesn't know what it is because, if he knew what it was but was arguing against it, you say, well, I don't think that's a strong argument. You wouldn't say I can't comprehend it.
Yeah, it's
this-
insane.
Dunce Dell.
Chuck Nugget. Done.
Auburn, there's no such thing as a FE leader, man. Don't know what to talk about.
I've heard there's legends though.
Can I just say something regarding this, too many people think
like, you guys got no room to criticize other people.
we should all just get along and truth causes division. If we were all agree that it's stupid, we'd be back to globers. So there's gonna be all this falling out and that. You know what I mean? That's how you understand truth.
No, it's absolutely true.
But it's clearly obvious that there's infiltrators. Clearly obvious.
And it's coming out the woodworks more and more now.
But I'm also under opinion that flat Earth should lead you to understanding there's a creator, and then you should then go forward from that and find out who that creator is. And people are just in flat Earth just for arguing with globers and whatever. It's some people are in it for wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
They want to They want to prove everybody wrong. That's why they're in it.
Like, flat Earth is just
Yeah, funny.
knowledge if you don't come to the realization of it. It's just knowledge.
It's a right tiny little bit of Bible.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I mean, talk about gullible.
My main contention with these things is the request of some type of force that can accelerate all matter, and this is where Witsit, you know, I don't know what it is with you, Witsit. I don't know if there's a party that just wants to be right and misrepresent.
Just ask him a question.
You were mentioning the last time about individual pieces of matter, and accelerometer is not just one piece of matter. It's a relationship between matter that detects when a force is present.
Say what?
And a force is just simply motion. So we've got an issue because accelerometers
No, force is not motion. Sorry, buddy.
all their forms detect absolutely no downwards.
Force is just motion. No, how many times have we told this? You get different types of forces, man.
Mostly unbalanced ones.
This guy's when is he ever going to learn? The guy doesn't even know what a force is himself, and yet he wants to keep telling everybody what force is.
Don't get it.
Acceleration.
Okay, so you avoided the question.
Mm-hmm.
You said you. Go ahead.
This is why it's difficult to speak to people like you. The very first thing I said, Witsit, was I don't fully comprehend interferometry. It's something I need to research and look at.
And we definitely see you don't comprehend it. Yeah. We saw that when
And
you drew that diagram.
He even insults Witsit just by talking to him. People like you.
Yeah, that's why I don't talk to people like you, because I ignore your questions and then want to insult you because you asked me a question that I can't answer.
People like you.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Or blocks you because you ask questions you can't answer, right?
Can't he? Hey? No,
Yeah, but I told you about it too.
I'm still blocked. I can check. Here, I can check real quick. Chat's over.
2 weeks ago, so
But no,
couldn't
Witsit,
check.
you came on and proselytised and round off a big spiel. You weren't engaging in any discussion. You know, I'm a practical guy, Witsit. When I'm dealing.
No, Cheswick, it's thou lift us up where we belong, where the floor rises up and the shade.
It's just a.
You want to talk about the subject, or you want to cry about me personally? You said you don't know anything about interferometry. Okay, let me respond. I have to go. Let me respond. You said that you don't know anything about interferometry. Dude, I respect that you're not going to speak about. Let me respond, dude. Look, I tried to be cool with you, bro. I tried to be cool with you.
Guys, please. Dude. An adult conversation, son. You're irritating me already, wee man.
Okay, so I respect that you're not going to talk about it if you don't understand it. That's cool, but I brought it up to you a couple weeks ago. You just projected onto me that I'm afraid to be wrong. No, or you would have looked directly.
Yes, you are terrified to be wrong there, Austin. You're fucking terrified. You need the Earth to be flat and small and stationary and local, so that you don't feel insecure about being an infinitesimal speck flying through the vastness of the universe. You're terrified.
Who's emotional again?
See how he's over talking with it, guys?
Of course.
Of course.
All he's been doing the whole time is avoiding his argument, trying to obfuscate, insulting him, and talking over him.
The only one who I see getting emotional all the time is Del.
Del. He said,
Oh, yes.
He said it to Michael when he replied to
With
my
that kind of beer demonstration.
And before you get emotional, Michael, and he's the one you're the one saying, well, I put it to you for this, Del. Being all calm, you know what I mean? He's the one getting all emotional.
Does Del have any children, dude? Has he ever raised any kids? Does he have any idea what patience is?
I think I don't know.
Oh, did his mother have any kids that lived, you mean?
He'd be,
my God.
He would be such fodder for a damn psychologist. I mean, they would end up as an adult living on a psychologist's couch, man. Come on.
Yeah.
That guy, I bet you right off the bat. What you mean you didn't put your shirt in the dresser?
Okay. Okay, let's move on, guys.
Why did you imitate a Hindi?
No, we shouldn't bring up his children into the chat. I mean, just like I expect people to respect
You're
what's
right.
being
You're right.
like.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. That's my fault, dude. I'm sorry. I just want to know if where he had patience like that. That's where he didn't have like patience to talk to people. He's never had to. That's all I was making a point.
Well, he has got
Yes, if he has kids, he probably gaslights them just like you gaslight your children. You child abusing motherfucker.
patience to talk to people because he used to go talking to like students and that, you know.
Yeah,
totally
he did.
different person dealing with them.
But that's why
What
I
happened?
say that's why I say I think he knows he's being dishonest, and that's why he is this way because he doesn't have an argument.
He's all defensive constantly.
He's
Sorry.
all smoke and mirrors at the moment, and he knows that, and that's why he is the way he is because he wasn't like this, guys.
No, his info used to be sound. What I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said something you don't like, and now he's scum, right?
Who's being emotional?
I mean, he's been exactly like this from day one, but you agreed with what he said before. But now that he doesn't agree with you on something, now he's something completely different? No, he's not. You're just a fucking snowflake, a little bitch.
You guys obviously have something going on. Why don't you let me have a shot at it with you?
Well, how about someone that is emotionally interrupting me doesn't get to then censor my response, and then you can talk. So I'm
Doesn't
gonna.
make you right, Witsit, because you triggered someone.
Oh my god, bro! You guys are so emotional. You're like a cult. You're like FED 2.0.
I'm just saying, that's not going to help, though. That's not going to help calm things
But I'm
down.
trying to
Let's
calmly
try to
address the
de-escalate this.
subject.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you just antagonizing. You antagonize me.
Okay, how about this? Space Monkey, you're muted. Dell, if you don't stop interrupting me, I'm gonna mute you. I'm just gonna say one last thing, and you guys
Please,
can do
man.
whatever you want.
All right, let Witsit say his last statement, and then he's going to go because he's got stuff to do. And then I want to have a chat with Dell, a nice civil chat on like what's happening right now.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're saying I'm antagonizing. He jumped in and personally ad hommed me for 3 straight minutes. So whatever.
Oh,
Don't interrupt me,
no.
though. So I brought up one simple question. If the Earth is moving up, why is linear interferometry?
And no, he didn't ad hom you. Ad hom is attacking the person, or let me get this right. Ad hominem, short for argumentum ad hominem, refers to several types of arguments that are fallacious. Often nowadays, terms refers to radical. See, instead of addressing someone's argument or position, you irrelevantly attack the person or some aspect of the person who's making the argument. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's
Not detected.
Not
I'll
quite
just jump
right.
ahead of this. Doofus gave you your best answer, which is it doesn't detect absolute motion. Stop interrupting me.
Beyond Dell.
He just can't maintain.
Dell. Do it, can he?
He can't
That's
maintain.
no, guys.
It's a weak argument.
Can't even
That's a
stop.
weak argument.
He just asked him a simple question.
He's feared a wee Witsit, man.
And then he had
Witsit.
and then he had white knights trying to help him as well.
Of course. Jumping in, you know what I mean? Scared a wee Witsit. What's wrong with him?
But yeah, Witsit handled himself very well. Yeah.
Very well, exactly. Very well.
I don't want to mute you, Dell. Please.
Okay, linear interferometry, right? If the Earth is moving up, I'm asking why does it not detect it? The best answer you can say is because it's absolute motion, meaning that there's no change in velocity. That's why the interferometry doesn't detect it. Okay. The problem with that is that there is immeasurably a change in the rate of things falling on the Earth. You guys claim, oh well, yeah, electrostatics or the electric field or something electromagnetic is probably doing.
That's what you claim, what's it?
doing that. Okay, whatever. What that means is that you would measure the motion of the Earth in relation to something else because things are changing. The actual rate is changing. So to marry those.
Right. And when you have a ring laser gyro, which is 3 interferometers placed on the 3 axes opposing each other, and you get you show a change in movement, that proves that the Earth spins.
Those together, you have to acknowledge that the rate actually changes, right? So we actually have highly precise gravimetric interferometry measurements. And also you then conflate it to an accelerometer, which the accelerometers MIMS.
A gravimeter doesn't use interferometry. It uses an object falling in a vacuum and measures it. So no, gravimeters don't use interferometry.
Accelerometers, for example, they use capacitance, which I told you about last time as well. They actually use the capacitance between 2 plates, and then they convert that into an electrical signal to then give you, the final reading.
No, they don't. You're fucking full of shit. Gravimeter. A gravimeter is an instrument used to measure gravitational acceleration. Every mass has associated gravitational potential. The gravity of this potential is a force. The gravimeter measures this gravitational force. For a small body, general relativity predicts gravitational effects. Many weighing scales may be regarded as simple gravimeters. In one common form is a spring used to counteract the force of gravity by pulling on an object. But an absolute gravimeter provides such measurements by determining the gravitational acceleration of a test mass in a vacuum. A test mass is allowed to fall freely inside a vacuum chamber, and its position is measured with a laser interferometer. Okay. And timed with an atomic clock. Okay, well, I was wrong. It actually does. Okay.
Okay, so it absolutely.
I like being wrong because it means I'm learning things. I'm learning.
Does measure because the piezoelectric crystal inside of the MIMS accelerometer is detecting downward pressure. It's being converted into an electric signal, giving you a final output of capacitance. That's how we measure the quote unquote 1G that they hijack. And then the final point I'm going to make.
That who hijacked? Who hijacked G? You mean physics?
Is if there's a downward electric current on the Earth, which is measurable, how would that not create a downward bias? So then you would have to claim that there's a downward.
This is the only thing is I would say I don't agree with what's it though. Still pushing the
downward bias.
Downward bias acceleration, but the accelerometer, yeah, it's just a pulse being sent through a chip, a silicon chip. It's simple as that. But that's what I was saying. Dell doesn't understand net forces. If he understood net forces, he would understand why an accelerometer shows 0, aka 0 net force when it accelerates. Oh man. It's because it's calibrated to show 1G when it's sitting stationary.
How do you calibrate something that measures movement on something moving?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Michael.
Downward bias while things are also moving up, and your final output would have to account for those two. The fluctuation in it automatically debunks the claims it's absolute. So now Jeremy's going to show you that even on the basis level, that acceleration does exist. You can't ignore it. But I would encourage you to at least look into those things, right? Because I'm happy. I've tried to compliment you when people ask me, by the way. I say, I like that Dell is bold enough to think outside the box and think on his own and come up with his own ideas. I've got tons of kicks.
Sorry, what's it? He didn't come up with his own ideas. It was Flat Earth Society that came up with it. Yeah.
I think he just
He's hijacking it from Flat Earth Society and Globe Rhetoric. So.
Again, that's not globe rhetoric, you dumb fuck.
But I just thought I'd show that, guys.
Francois,
Hey, Francis. Francois, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming.
I was just reading that. You know, flat Earth farmer in the house.
So yeah, I don't think we need to touch the subject again, to be honest. I
Funny
think
thing
we've
is
beat it to death.
that there's CIA documents talking about, or at least actually there's a guy, not CIA documents. There's a guy who knows CIA people and was talking about. He was on a Twitter.
A guy that knows CIA people. So, but first it was CIA documents, and then it was just a guy that knows a guy. These guys can't even lie well.
Space with, if you know Zerka, that flat earther.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He was basically saying that the CIA guys told him that they showed him documents that apparently flat Earth was a psyop, and it.
Oh, so now it's documents. Get your story straight, man. Learn to lie better.
Documents from the 1950s. Now go and search up when the Flat Earth Society was made. It was made in 1956. So yeah, the Flat Earth Society, all that stuff, psyop, and he did not make any of his ideas. I just want to say that. Yeah. Pretty interesting. Some
And you gonna trust a government agent to tell you the truth? There you go.
I do. I trust them.
Oh yeah, me too. Right there with him.
No,
Trust me, bro.
essentially the psyop was Flat Earth Society. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little different there, isn't it? Has a whole different meaning, doesn't it? Yes, flat Earth is a psyop, and I'm convinced that it was started by the same people who started QAnon. They wanted to see just how gullible humans are.
To divert from the true Flat Earth. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the true flat Earth. The
When I
true
first
flat
heard
Earth.
about flat Earth, of course, that was the first thing that came up, and that's where I went. And
That's why it's.
Is he watching live again?
Well, I just said.
So if you didn't know that the Earth was flat, how would you know if no one told you? Because it could just be a big ball that you can't detect curvature when you're standing on it, right? So how would you know? Would you just take their word for it? Looks like you did, right?
Yeah, I hope you're ready for your B-day tomorrow.
Happy birthday to the Shawnee boy. Happy birthday to the Shawnee boy.
Sean, so
Happy
you're gonna.
birthday, young 40-year-old Shawnee boy with his beard.
You guys would agree with me? Sean should shave his beard off for his birthday, so we can all
so
show
he
him that
so
he
he
doesn't
looks
look
40.
40.
Yeah.
Dude, you all just cut Sov clean off from where he was.
Oh,
really?
This was
I
the
didn't
guy
even know
that
Saul was talking.
I didn't know. I thought.
How dare you? How dare you guys?
Okay,
I didn't know he was
go ahead.
commenting.
Okay,
I
go
didn't know-
ahead, Saul. Thanks. Go ahead, Saul.
It's all right. Forget it. It's gone.
The moment's
Way
gone.
I didn't even hear you.
now. Way
I
gone.
feel your frustration, Dave. Don't worry.
I'm not.
No, I do as well.
Obviously, what I had to say wasn't as important, so it's fine.
I can't believe I did that because that pisses me off when it happens to me.
Oh, sad face.
How dare you, PJ?
I know.
Mm.
I didn't even hear anybody talking.
You all just went all at the same time.
Shoe on the other foot.
Shame on you, boys.
Yeah, I hope that you're going to come tomorrow with evidence and not just your opinion. Hope that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know who commented on my video, but it was this guy. He left two big paragraphs on my video. I was like, "It's Sean." Wow. Is Sean a Glober or a Upwards Rising Earther?
Oh. Oh, he's a Glober.
He's both. Didn't you know that Upward Rising Earthers are Globers?
No, it's not, you stupid motherfucker. See, you're not smart enough to understand what a fucking thought experiment is.
And Globers are Upward
Yeah.
Rising Earthers. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I've said that.
That's
yeah.
what I wanted to do. Sorry,
See,
I wanted
he's just fucking lying.
stop the stream. I have to get something because there was a claim that Dow also made about nobody says on the globe that it is rising and physically, Veritasium did.
Ooh, he did?
No, they didn't. Anytime anybody talks about that, they're talking about reference frames, equivalency principle. That's all that is, man.
Yes, I even showed it many times. Let me see if I can find it.
Yes, you cherry picked a quote, you took it out of context, and you lied about it being globe rhetoric. That's what you did.
Yeah, because not only is it spinning and orbiting, it's also hurling through the solar system.
Let me quickly see if I can find it.
Or the universe, I mean.
Yeah.
It's getting worse, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
I think
sick
I've said
already.
that. But if you literally just take any of the Glober's arguments and replace it with, like, let's say relativity, right? You can't feel the Earth rising and you can't feel the Earth spinning. There's probably some others I could think of, but that's just the main point. Because that's really the only difference, right? That they think it's upward rising.
They're in the same boat as the rotating Earth people. Okay.
Exactly.
They're in the exact same boat. They have as much proof of an upward rising Earth as they do of a rotating Earth.
No, sorry, we have absolute proof of the Earth rotating. Thanks, Bob.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then
But we
that's
hope-
why then they have to add like pseudoscience and their own made up arbitrary things, right? Like net forces actually don't move Flatzoid. Did you know that? Dell actually revised science and motion and
Yeah, well, he
laws.
makes his own physics up, remember?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. They
Does he, Mr. Relative Density Disequilibrium? Every accusation is a confession.
have to invent their own stuff, just like Globies did. But this is kind of newer, so they don't really have a foot to stand on.
Just looking for the right video from Veritasium because he's done a few of them, but I want a specific one.
Is he doing any more
You guys know
seven-
which one I'm talking about, correct?
He's doing any more
I think I do, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Is he doing any
I do get his feeds.
doing any more 7-8 hour marathon ones?
Where is you now? Why is it so
I
hard
would
to find?
I would just envision a donkey pushing a cart up a hill instead of pulling.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that donkey's using energy.
Oh, really?
Dell doesn't believe in that.
Yeah, energy doesn't exist, remember?
That's why he's pushing the cart up the hill so he can eat to get that energy.
Yeah.
From the cart.
Hey, didn't you guys know the reason that they put horses on on the chariots is because it's just like cars. The horses never had to rest because energy doesn't exist.
Oh, well, you feed them once and that's it for the rest of their life. Brilliant.
Yeah, they just gain energy and momentum as the motion goes on, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So nothing would ever stop, would it?
I did actually
It'll
like
be-
your explanation, Flatzoid, that it's like an ether kind of energy.
No, it's just
like,
to joke around with him, though.
Oh, really? I thought you were talking about something else in that case.
No, it was more like explaining it's always around. It's always
Yeah,
there. But yeah, but in short, that's actually what the ether, quote unquote, is supposed to be. Just energy.
Hey, PJ, don't talk about Sean like that.
I was going to say, Michael, Thundercats.
Man.
Yeah.
Thundercats, isn't it? I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this wouldn't even be a foreign thought. Like, there's also chi and prana and all this other stuff, right? So energy is
Yeah.
definitely like a thing that's not even exclusive to
Have you ever read the Tao?
The what?
The Tao. The Tao. Sorry, Tao. Yeah. It's a Chinese philosophy where the masters learn. the
Oh,
world.
Taoism. Yeah,
Yeah,
Taoism. Yeah, a bit, but I don't really go into that stuff. I don't know why. I just like.
Oh, Dubé is really big into it. You should.
I know
look
that's
at
why I
his-
don't look into it because Debate thinks that Jesus was a mushroom.
Whoa. Mushroom Jesus on upper rising earth. That would be a great pictorial.
That's some illustration.
Stupidest thing I've heard.
Yep.
Hey, Run Boston Bay, what's up, man?
Hey, how's my audio?
Good, good.
Oh, you sound good.
I'm trying
What's
to get
cracking,
myself.
boy?
Sideways. There you are, normal.
I want to get myself rotated because I have a clip I want to play from from Alan from Space Audits on this topic you guys are discussing. Dang.
Yeah.
Do you have Telegram? Do you want me to share screen and play it with audio, or just send it to you on Telegram and you can play it?
Yeah, you can put on your share screen. That's fine.
Okay.
You should be able to
because
share
I
screen now.
I was asking him about all this and trying to get to the bottom of it because honestly, before I get to the actual audio clip, it's just bothering me, man, that there's division in the community. I know that sounds like sappy that I care, but we're all supposed to be pursuing truth, and if we're against the helio lie and the globe is not true, and we live in a realm that's a stationary topographical plane, if we have different theories and ideas, there shouldn't be backbiting, just fighting like high schoolers, which is frustrating because right now, in my opinion, if a new person comes into the topic and they're curious about what the truth is, they're going to be swept away by the tidal wave of
We
drama.
get different type of
And they're going to be like, dude, I don't even want to look into this. Look at how these people are treating each other. No way. We're
The problem is,
It's
Boston
the
Bear,
same
is
thing.
some of these people that we seem to be arguing with clearly imposters. It's not what's going off like with Jared and what he's been saying. What's happening with Dell? It's like they're no longer flat earthers anymore.
Right, they're truth seekers. Flat earthers are not truth seekers. You don't seek truth. You seek affirmation.
Yeah, the funny
Almost
thing
like they're
is
sold out.
I hear the same argument from people that just don't get into Christianity because they say the same thing. There's a bunch of different ideas. How am I able to discern what's the truth, right? So it's definitely a problem, and it's not something that can be like the electrostatics. That might be something, but even the upwards rising Earth, all of them have the same idea that it's flat, right? But it's like the upwards rising Earth, such a bigger, leap.
The thing is, I think we should have a standard of proof of what if you got something to claim about physics or anything on the Earth, you should be able to, without doubt, demonstrate it and prove it.
I
And
wonder
everybody
if we
should go with.
Yeah, when are you guys going to do that, man? When are you guys going to demonstrate your flat earth? Prove your flat earth. Oops. All we've gotten from you idiots is, oh, you have the burden of proof.
I wonder if we could do a triple way debate between an upwards rising earther, Flatzoid, and electrostatics guy.
I just don't think there is a need.
Run Boston Bear is a Owens acolyte. He's part of that little cult.
To debate it. I mean, it's been beaten to
Owen Benjamin. He's part of that cult.
death. That's exactly why tonight I'm like, I don't think we need to go on. They've got the information they need to show. We've explained what net forces are, what physics is, explained how Dell's claims contradict that.
Just saying net forces proves you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I mean, there's not more we can really do.
I guess we just see until he uploads another video, or if he just has no response and concedes.
If you should set your pride aside and just look at the facts, you'll probably come to a real good conclusion.
Yeah, because that's exactly why I say I more or less want to focus more on biblical cosmology, actually.
Yeah.
No fucking such thing.
Definitely. It's what it's all about.
You're gonna share Boston.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Biblical cosmology would be like reindeer flight physics.
I'm on my phone and I'm trying to figure out how to share
Otherwise,
screen.
do you have a link for it? Then you can.
I can download it and send it to you. Like we were talking about it the other day, and I haven't even heard the new clip because he just broke it down for me, just kind of like, him to me, this is what he thinks, and it does have to do with dynamics and kinematics, and basically he was breaking it down that this is something not to fight about because it's based in philosophy. Now, I don't think the Earth is rising upward. I don't think it's moving in any way, shape, or form unless there's a landslide or earthquake. But the people that are fighting for it, like I said, it's like the math could work out. And I'm not saying like I think I'm trying to say let them be, because they're allowed to believe what they want, and we shouldn't infight about it. We should just clump together, and we'll be the ones that say, hey, I don't think that's true. I'm going to go with we're stationary.
That's where I disagree though, because we were nice to them. We were the ones that said, hey, yeah, we don't agree with you. Let's just discuss it, and then we get attacked.
Yep.
So it's actually the other way around. We're the ones all getting attacked.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming after me, and I'm not even in the debate with them on it. They just come after me wherever I go because I associate with Flatzoid.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if left be, it gains traction.
Sad face.
There's people falling for it daily. Like
Yeah.
it has to be done. You can't just sit back and let bullshit be pushed in the community.
Right, and that's why I debunk you motherfuckers, because we can't sit back and let people misinform the public, infect gullible minds. Just can't have that.
I don't think
You have to give the truth. It's sort of like if you get in Christianity, what you get false conversions, where people are using peer pressure for people to accept Jesus. You know what I mean? And then they didn't really. Eventually, they just end up leaving Christianity altogether, and they never get back really because they had a false conversion. It's the same now with FE. If they get to this false information that Dallin.
So if a person leaves Christianity because they just realize that it's fucking horse shit, it's false convergence. Is that it?
What they're pushing this retarded argument, eventually they're going to say, oh, man, this is just dumb. And then they'll just end up not ever looking into it if you again. They'll just see it as this most idiotic thing. Unfortunately, you need people to set them right.
Yeah. It's like in Bible, Jesus is the truth. And Jesus says that he comes to cause division. Because there's only one truth. There can't be multiple truths. So there's always going to be division. You can't ever have a come by your situation in this truth thing.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I just going to say Duke Nukem, no. Levelhead has been called out on this as well. When he takes that bottle and he sticks the 3 holes and say, oh, look, on the bottom it's pushed out further than on the top. Yeah, it's because there's more weight on the top. This is net forces. Duke Nukem, we've explained this the whole night. It's not anything got to do with movement of the Earth. It's literally just net force.
It's basically rebranding. It's a rebranding in the equivalency principle, and it's stupid. I mean, it's just in order for that to be a sustained effect due to rising, you would have to be continuous acceleration, faster and faster and faster. I mean, think about this. When you accelerate in your automobile, you feel yourself pressed back into the seat. But once you're up to speed and you're at a continuous speed, then you're not pressed back. You just move around freely because you're traveling the same rate as the vehicle.
Yeah.
So in order for that effect to be taking place, it would have to be continuously increasing in speed all the time, which by this point we'd be going multiple times the speed of light, supposedly.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying with these bottle thing, it's just pressure, man. It's the same as when you go down to the bottom of the ocean. The deeper you go, the more pressure there is pushing on you. Okay? And that's why with the bottle, with lever ahead was showing, it's absolutely nothing to do with acceleration of Earth or movement of vector. It's pressure. It's just pressure. There's more pressure at the bottom than the top. So therefore, the water pushes out further than what you would at the top. There's less water on the top. This is physics.
Yeah, there's simple explanations too. I don't see how they can't grasp that idea. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like they got to have something else to go with it.
And look, like he says, it's a constant movement up, not acceleration. Then you can't claim your claim because you need it to accelerate to give those G forces, quote unquote.
Yep.
No acceleration, no set as you need.
You won't have any force. It would nullify itself.
You see, and this is why I get so frustrated. You get these people that just buy into this bullshit.
Can somebody message me on Telegram and I'll forward them the message? Somebody with a computer that can screen share.
I can't get the damn thing to work.
I don't
on
even
my
have
phone,
Telegram.
man. It tells me it's going to send a code to my phone, and I'm sitting there on the phone, and it doesn't send it to my phone. It says it sent it to the device, and then it lists my phone number, and I don't know what the fuck to do. It won't let me download it.
I have Discord too.
Yeah. Do you have?
Maybe it just doesn't like racists.
Maybe do you have email, Ron?
Yeah, I can email it to
And
you.
you can email me. You don't have Google Drive.
I have Google Drive.
You can put on the Google Drive. You can just email me the link for the Google Drive, and I can get it off like that.
Okay, while I'm uploading it, send me a quick message to runbostonbear@gmail.
If he's uploading it to Google Drive, it can just get a shareable link.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send you the shareable link.
MC Toon has debated Run Boston Bear, I believe. Just fucking destroyed him.
When I have the audio clip on my Google Drive, but just shoot me a quick email to
Think you did.
runbostonbear@gmail.com, and I'll be back and we can listen to it because I haven't listened to it yet, and it's Alan breaking down some pretty heavy science.
Okay.
It might be fun to listen to.
But we're gonna have to unfortunately do it another night because I am gonna end now though.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Is it okay? You can bring it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. Or I'll just send it to you. You can play it whenever, and I'll watch it. I'll try to pop on if I can, but it'll be interesting to get a different perspective on it.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And Run Boston Bear, it's been a pleasure to have you. I've heard a lot about you, heard a lot of your stuff before. I've never actually been in a stream with you, but it's cool to meet you.
Hey, who do you go by online? I can't see the names.
Oh, I'm Roger. I change my name every once in a while on here, but yeah, my name's Roger Michael. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, I'm
Well,
Michael Roger.
I hope to see some of y'all at Flattoberfest. I'm going to go for my second year in a row, and then I just left the Truth and Freedom Conference that had with it Matt Long, the Aloha Florida
Maybe not.
guy. It had Pastor Rich Tidwell. He did a really great refutation on Mike Winger's Flat Earth video. He went through it. He spoke. It was amazing because it was all biblical cosmology focused, and there were some legendary presentations. Even Joe Hanvey brought his little models or whatever, and he was showing a lot of demonstrations. So, yeah, man, the community is amazing. You guys are great. Anybody pursuing truth, I just support you with prayer, and we're living in one of the most interesting times, in my opinion.
I agree.
It's the time that shows a lot of separating the wheat from the tares. That's for sure.
Well,
absolutely, Flatzoid.
Yes.
Well, enough of this shit. So thanks for watching, guys. There's only 13 minutes left. So actually, he's gonna show something here. I guess this is the video.
I see that you started with a misrepresentation right away with the flat Earth disk in space.
But that's exactly okay. Let me see what you mean then accelerating Earth. Then I don't understand.
Well, I think there's a few things that we have to discuss before we get to that. You know, I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating. If you're on a balloon that's moving upwards, that's your floor. It's pushing on your feet. It's supporting you. It's pushing. You know, I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
You claiming that the Earth is accelerating, and when you connect it to the Earth's accelerating frame, we see the change in density ratios. That's why we have the acceleration. That is your claim. I just want to make sure that's your claim.
Yes, this is why we have things like centrifuges, and this is why we apply that knowledge, because motion creates a directional vector. I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's
Motion creates a directional vector. Oh, thanks, Normie.
Accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating. As I say, with the air moving, everything's moving at that rate. This is why, if we drop a feather, it's got the uplift of the air coming up to meet it, which is slowing its rate of deceleration down, which is why if we go into air and we drop a bowling ball and we drop a feather, immediately see the bowling ball, it appears to move faster. It's just that its deceleration is quicker than a feather, because the air it can't resist a bowling ball the way it can resist a feather. So we've got that upwards lift continually happening. So this is where we get varying rates of fall, because depending on the material, its density, its surface area, you're going to get varying results. But that can be explained under this postulation. I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
Same thing with Earth's gravity. At the moment, there's no gravitational force acting on you, because gravity is not a force. There's a force acting on you from the ground, which is the reason why you are not freely falling into the center of Earth. Since there's force acting on you, you are accelerated. You're at rest relative to the surface of Earth, and you're accelerating at the same rate as the surface of Earth. The relative velocity is zero. Flat earthers actually have this part right. What does it mean that gravity is not a force? It means that if you fall in a gravitational field, you are not accelerated, because there's no force acting on you.
I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
And the feather fall together is because they're not falling.
I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
You are accelerating, and there is no gravitational field. Gravitational fields do not exist. Gravity is not a force. You have no weight, so the only force on you are these normal forces pushing you up.
I don't know who's claiming that the Earth's accelerating, because it's certainly not me that's claiming that the Earth's accelerating.
So you are accelerating upwards, but I'm not moving up. Relative to what? I mean, relative to the flip chart and the floor and basically everything in this room. But all of those things are in your frame of reference, which you know is not inertial. Relative to everything in my rocket ship, I'm not accelerating.
According to flat earth theory, gravity does not exist. Instead, they believe in universal acceleration, believing that all celestial bodies are accelerating upward at a rate of 9.8 meters per second squared.
No,
It's not attached to
You know what?
Earth.
You are a fucking moron, son. It's pointless even trying to dialogue with you. You're an absolute fucking moron. Don't
Flats,
go
I
on
wouldn't
that
take
route.
that shit from him. He's a freaking arsehole. He's an arsehole.
Don't
I
go
wouldn't take that
on
crap from him.
fucking
He's a knob,
batshit
mate. An
crazy.
absolute knob.
You know what, Dal? I was actually hoping you would be more of a man, but since all you're doing this whole thing is going
Here we
on
go. Well, here
projecting.
we go. Because I'm calling a spade, you're more of a man than me. Fuck.
When I posted that follow-up video proving that I didn't manipulate the image dishonestly, you weren't man enough to look at it. So be careful who you cast aspersions upon.
Fuck off, you weak little beta male. Get to fuck. Fuck off.
Dafty. Absolute dafty. He's a prick.
Gibberish. Total gibberish.
Dal, all I've done this whole time is try and explain to you the mechanisms why RDD works, which keeps with real physics. You making up pseudo.
No, it doesn't keep with real physics. Anthony Riley made that up. And it directly contradicts physics. You're a fucking idiot. You're a gullible fucking tool.
Science, Flat Earth Society bullshit, which I just debunked using a hot air balloon. Yeah, pseudoscience. That accelerating up Earth is exactly what you just claimed. That's Flat Earth Society, Dal.
Oh dear.
And no, that's not Flat Earth Society. That's a thought experiment by Einstein. So, has nothing to do with Flat Earth, you fucking idiot.
Oh dear.
It's not globe rhetoric and it's not Flat Earth.
Please stop Flatzoid because you're fucking ruining this whole thing, man. Honestly.
Yeah,
It's
we're ruining it
pathetic.
for you. We're ruining your argument. Congratulations.
Do you know what's hiding in your business's data? Companies of all.
Well, what an idiot. What a complete fucking tool. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Join me tomorrow for my birthday stream. I will have the PayPal link up. So just consider that the same thing as, when you're in the hood and you see someone walking around with a bunch of dollar bills pinned to their shirt. That's their way of saying it's my birthday. Drop me a buck. That's what that is. Used to see that a lot in San Francisco, in the Mission, and in the Tenderloin. See it a lot of places where there's a lot of African Americans. But that's an old school way of getting donations for your birthday. So that's what the PayPal link is going to be, is the dollar bill pinned to your shirt, pinned to my shirt. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later. And like I said, it'll be a Discord open mic. Everyone's welcome to come, but you need to be civil. You need to have adult conversations, no talking over someone else, no insulting them, no cursing at them, or you will be muted. And if it continues, you'll be blocked or just kicked for the day. So thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. And as always, be seeing you.